Everyone, and welcome to week 2 of the high school football season.
Back to pass, looking, fires toward the end zone. Wide open is Smith, and the defender fell down. Greater Latrobe's defender.
Goalpost down. Fulton in the Wildcat. Tash to his right. Twins to his right. Robert Fulton takes the snap. He comes up over center. He cuts out to the right side, and he gets into the end zone!
Back to pass. Firing deep downfield, going up and making the catch! What a catch by Jaton Williams! Signal. Franklin Regional thinks they've stopped him.
Fires over the middle. The pass goes through the hands of Corey Borio.
And you hear the fans reacting to the call of no touchdown. It's intercepted. Alex Tash with the ball. Back to John Wetzel. Wetzel in the free in the secondary. The 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown. 20-10. Touchdown. Greater Latrobe. West Virginia and Pitt have the backyard rivalry. This is the Route 22 rivalry. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Panther Stadium in Murraysville for tonight. The Greater Latrobe Wildcats, week 3 of the high school football season, and they are down the road here to face one of their biggest rivals, the Franklin Regional Panthers. I'm Bill Brown, joined as always by the Super Mike Peremka, the voice of Greater Latrobe high school football. Also, Mike Dodorich and Tom Everett. And we are here to see Greater Latrobe 3-0 against Franklin Regional 2-1, and it should be a big night. Mike?
That's correct, Bill. The pregame show tonight, the pre-show, is brought to you by St. Vincent College in Latrobe. St. Vincent College is a first-tier liberal arts college that prepares students for successful careers and meaningful lives. Explore more than 60 major programs of study and learn more about how personalized education is an affordable option with 100% of freshmen receiving scholarship aid. Schedule a campus tour at www.stvincent.edu. St. Vincent College, together we rise.
So here we are at Franklin Regional tonight, and this is an intense rivalry between these two teams, and with good reason. You saw some of it there in that great opening that Tristan put together, and there's been some exciting finishes in this game.
There have been, and this is a series that Franklin Regional leads 8-4, but they have won the last 7 out of 8 games in this series. The lone win in that part has been a 22-21, 36-33 Greater Latrobe win in 2 overtimes, which you saw in that pregame, what do you call that in the broadcast business, montage?
Yeah, that's a montage.
Is that right, a montage? Yeah. But all of those games, though, I talk about Franklin Regional winning 7 out of the last 8. We're talking about 7 points, 3 points, 1 point. You know, like they've all been close, and I really feel like they've all come down to the wire, including last year's football game, and you saw that in the highlight reel as well.
Yes, down at the goal line. Latrobe, it looked like they were out of that game, and then Cody Kroll comes up with a huge play, a fumble recovery, and suddenly Latrobe's back in business.
They are. Greater Latrobe scored on the second play of the game. Johnny Wetzel to Jaton Williams, 68 yards. It was 6-0 Greater Latrobe. But Chase Lemke hit Aiden Hudock, 38 yards on a touchdown pass, made it 7-6 Franklin Regional. Lemke's second touchdown pass, 15 yards to Austin Kearns, made it 14-6 FR. But Jaton Williams returned the kickoff 99 yards, and the 2-point try made it 14-14, a tie at Memorial Stadium. Alex Tash, we saw him in the Wildcat last week, Bill.
Yes, we did.
I'm saying that a little bit softly because I'm hoping that Franklin Regional didn't watch any film this week.
I'm sure they probably didn't look anything like that.
He ran for 251 yards last week. We'll get to that later, right, in the Wildcat. But Alex Tash went 47 yards in the Wildcat, made it 21-14 Greater Latrobe at the half. Kyle Dupill had 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, a 15-yard run and a 31-yard run. It was 28-21, Franklin Regional, and they were running the clock out in the fourth. And as you mentioned, Cody Krall got a big fumble. Wetzel hit Jaton Williams 31 yards down the middle. Brady Prohovic's 4-yard run had Greater Latrobe at the 2-yard line. Johnny Wetzel, quarterback sneak, no good. Johnny Wetzel, quarterback sneak. He pushed it over the goal line, Bill. As time was running out, he pushed it over the goal line. I was down there, Bill.
Yeah, that's right. You were.
Bill,
You were
I was
right
down
there.
on the sideline.
You had the sideline view.
I saw it happen. I'm not saying that he might have. I'm not saying that he could have. I'm saying to you that it was the worst call I've ever seen. And the WPIAL can send this fine right to 1816 Lincoln Avenue, care of Bill Brown. Okay, that's not a problem. We'll get Bill to pay this fine. I don't care, right?
I'll be happy to.
But Greater Latrobe got hosed at the end of that game. They would have tied it up. And as if I remember talking to Coach Brady correctly at the end of the game, he'd have gone for 2 to win it. But it is what it is. Johnny Wetzel was 8 of 15 that night for 184 yards passing and a touchdown. He added 31 yards rushing. He had a 70-yard touchdown that was called back. Alex Tash had 4 catches for 48 yards and a touchdown. Jaton Williams, 4 catches, 124 yards and a touchdown receiving. Johnny Wetzel had 12 tackles. Wetzel, Tash, and Timmy Myers combined for 35 tackles. But Greater Latrobe, something we've kind of seen a little bit early in this season. Not so much last week, but in those first 2 games, they had 11 penalties for 105 yards. Again, you ifs and whats, right? What are they? But a game that Greater Latrobe should have won, probably could have won, but that was then, and this is now.
And this is now. And as we mentioned, Latrobe is in the Big East Conference, and tonight is the first conference game for both of these teams. And if you look at the conference standings, you'll notice that there's only one team that's unbeaten.
That's right. It's the Greater Latrobe Wildcats, the number 5 ranked Greater Latrobe Wildcats here tonight at Franklin Regional. Armstrong is 2-1. They are at Cannon McMillan. They have another non-conference game to play before they come to Greater Latrobe to play their first conference game next week. The 1-2 Gateway Gators are at the 1-2 Kiski Area Cavaliers. And Penn Trafford, who's 2-1, is at Woodland Hills, who is 1-2. And, Lance Getze, the head coach here at Franklin Regional, in his preseason article with the Trib, talked about a lot of the teams that well, why don't you fill in the blanks there, Bill?
Well, it was at the end of the article when Luke was explaining some of the teams that they had to watch out for in the Big East Conference, and he mentioned the fact that Gateway is always a really good team, that Kiski is a strong team this year, and, of course, you can't overlook Armstrong. And that was it. There was no further mention of any other team that might be a factor in Big East Conference play.
He didn't mention Woodland Hills.
No, he didn't mention Woodland Hills at all. And
He didn't mention Penn Trafford.
No Penn Trafford. No.
Huh. Did he mention?
Is there another one?
Did he mention Latrobe? Huh. Well, I don't know if anybody told Coach Brady that this week, or if anybody told the Latrobe Wildcats, but I think that's rather peculiar. I'm editorializing, and I'm sorry.
And
again,
so am I.
1816 Lincoln Avenue. Send that in care of Bill Brown.
But let's move on.
Okay.
Latrobe coming off one of the more impressive wins they've had in a while last week at Norwin.
Yeah, and the score 42-28, not necessarily reflective of the effort that was put into that game and the way it looked. Alex Tash had 2 early touchdowns, 3 yards and 8 yards. Johnny Wetzel had a 39-yard run. It was 21-7 Greater Latrobe at the half, and they appeared to be in control. But Norwin took advantage of a Greater Latrobe fumble. Johnny Wetzel and Alex Tash just couldn't get the mesh point going there on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. And Tristan Tavares scored his second touchdown of the night, 10-yard run, made it 21-14, Greater Latrobe. But Latrobe answered with the next 14 points. Alex Tash got his third touchdown, a 2-yard run, and Brady Prohovic got his first of the night, a 5-yard run, and it was 35-14 Greater Latrobe. And they certainly looked to be in control, but then things got a little interesting.
It did get interesting at that point.
A 35-yard touchdown pass from Tavares to Potter Brzeski made it 35-20. And at that point, you start to say, oh, wow, we are playing the third-ranked team in 6A football, right? They have come back. They came back the week before against Kiski area. So you start to breathe. Well, Homie likes to say that his heart starts to flutter. And I don't know if that's because he has an issue or because he's like 90 years old, but his heart starts to flutter. But Alex Tash's 4th touchdown of the night, the Al Bundy, as some of us will call it in the interview with Richard.
I'll tell you that you'll hear more about that in a little bit.
The 61-yard touchdown run down the left side of the field where he broke 17 tackles, stepped out of 3, and then high-stepped into the end zone really sealed the deal. It was one of the better runs I've seen from a Latrobe running back in a very long time. 42-20 was the score. Norman got a garbage touchdown late to make it 42-28. But Latrobe, we talk about it, they had 3 penalties. A couple of them were pretty costly. They had 1 turnover. They did not force a turnover last week on defense, which I thought was interesting. That's a hallmark of this defense. Johnny Wetzel, 2 of 5 passing, 37 yards. 20 carries, 137 yards, and a touchdown. Alex Tash had 19 carries for 251 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's the most since Robert Fulton rushed for 252 yards here at Panther Stadium in 2022.
1 yard difference.
Yeah, and I don't really think the coach knew that, or he probably would have given him his 20th carry. Yeah, but
for another yard.
Let's just say coach knows that now. Okay, so I made that real clear. Brady Perovic, 14 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Andy Tash had a catch for 25 yards. The Greater Latrobe offense, this is where I say that the score doesn't necessarily reflect the effort, right? The Greater Latrobe offense had 470 yards of total offense. Wetzel, Tash, and Perovic rushed for 433 yards. Johnny passed for 37. It was a dominating effort up front for the Greater Latrobe Wildcats as they basically did whatever they wanted to running the football against Norwin. When you line Alex Tash up in the Wildcat, everybody in the stadium knows that he's going to get the ball, and they did too last week.
Yes.
251 yards later, he's the 3rd leading rusher in the WPIAL, and his average is the highest in the WPIAL at 14.1 yards per carry. So I talked last week in the keys to the game, and I said Latrobe can't be one-dimensional, but tonight they might need to be one-dimensional in order to possess the ball, and that they did. Super Toe last week, Roman Augustoni was 6 for 6 on his PATs. He put 5 of 7 in the end zone on kickoffs. The defense gave up an uncharacteristic 348, 118 on the ground, 230 through the air. Again, they forced no turnovers. They have 7 turnovers on the season. Tash, Chris Cochran, and Johnny Wetzel combined for 25 tackles and 4 tackles for a loss. Timmy Myers had 4 tackles and a sack. That's 4 sacks on the season for Tim Myers from that defensive end position. It was a dominating game last week, and I think the Wildcats want to keep that going in their first Big East matchup here tonight against Franklin Regional.
And you have to point out the fact that Norwin is a very good offensive team.
Yeah.
And every time they got a comeback touchdown, a big play, Latrobe answered.
They did.
It was always coming back.
And, that was the grit. And I know that we had talked last week. I said that Mike Brown talked about his team's never down, they're never out of it, right? And I wondered, come on, Bill, we had watched 2 games up to that point, and we weren't really sure if the Wildcats were for real or not. But the Wildcats last week showed something that we hadn't seen in week 0 or week 1. They showed that they were the real deal last week, and I think they want to continue that this week. They talk about playing better on the road. Well, we're on the road again. Now we got to go back to Armstrong, or we got to go back to home to play, 3 games in a row. We've got Armstrong, Woodland Hills, and Kiski area. But the Wildcats looking to go 4-0. The last time they were 3-0, Richard Hillwig was 6 months old. It was 2005. The last time they were 4-0 was 23 years ago, 2001. They started 4-0. And I don't want to look past tonight's game, Bill. But if they can go 4-0 tonight, they're looking at their first 5-0 start since 1984. I was 10.
40 years ago.
I was 10.
Wow. So there you go. That's the Greater Latrobe objective for tonight. Get win number 5. We're going to talk more about tonight's matchup, but first, Richard Hillwig usually has a conversation with Coach Ron Prady. This week, Coach Prady got a week off, and it's offensive coach Ron McIntyre who will be with Richard. So this is the interview that they recorded earlier.
The following interview is brought to you by local State Farm agent Chris Pettit. Call Chris at 724-532-2100 or visit his website at www.chrisbeddick.com. A good neighbor with great auto rates. That's your local State Farm agent, Chris Beddick.
Welcome back to the Wildcats Network as we get a reprieve from the Ron Brady Show here this week, as I'm now joined by offensive coordinator Tom McIntyre of the Greater Latrobe Wildcats after the 42-28 win over the Norwin Knights in Week 2. Coach, you put up 42 points in your game against Norwin in Week 2, headlined by Alex Tash and John Wetzel's big night on the ground. Overall, what were your impressions from your Week 2 win?
It was really an emphasis that we were going to have to keep up. We knew Norwin had a good offense, and all week we knew that it was going to be a battle, and slow down their tempo a little bit by possessing the ball on offense. And luckily in the first half we were able to jump on them and kind of score early. It was great. We planned to possess the ball. We got a few early, but then later in the game, really being able to rely on the run game. Work the clock once we got a lead and kind of keep pounding them. Had great runs by John, by Alex, by Brady. All those guys making positive plays, moving the chains, and it really helped us to kind of stay where we were at and really add on to it in the second half.
Well, during last week in the post-game interview, Coach Brady mentioned that he challenged his offensive line during the week, knowing that it was a big task against Norwin coming into the game, knowing that it was 2-0 teams. I think it's safe to say the offensive line accepted that challenge and embraced it. And it's unique because offensive coordinator and Coach Hammock is the offensive line coach. So how have you and Coach Hammock kind of really provided continuity and also consistency within the offensive unit at the skill positions, but also the line as a whole?
Yeah, they definitely challenged them last week, and really, Coach Hammock is what makes the offense run. Does a great job. I think we've only brought 2 guys back each year, takes a whole new group, molds them together, and really gets them better each week. And you can see it. You watch the film last week, and you see a huge improvement. Those guys buy in. He teaches them well. And he challenged them last week, and he said, and I'm sure everybody heard it, that, we were pretenders because deficiencies in the offensive line, and he said, is that the way it's going to be, or are you guys going to prove them wrong? And certainly they did. I think that was by far our best performance on the offensive line. And those yards that Alex and John and Brady rushed for, that's because of those 5 guys up front. And we've been lucky to stay healthy there, cohesive unit, and really not many negative plays we saw up front from those guys.
I mentioned Alex Tash and John Wetzel headlined the game on Friday. Alex Tash, 4 touchdowns, 251 yards. That's pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah, pretty good. You might be a little young for this, but that's called the Al Bundy when you score 4 touchdowns in one game.
Most of it was done in the Wildcat formation. By the way, yes, I am a little too young for that. How did the Wildcat come about? Because throughout the first part of the season, it's been pretty successful for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. We hadn't used it a whole lot this year, but it was in the past a way to kind of get John a break. We're able to rotate backs in throughout the game with Brady and with Chris. John really never gets a break. He's on the field on defense. He plays some special teams, takes every snap of offense. So in the past, we've used it to get him off the field a little bit. But, he wanted to be a part of it, and we used him a little bit. We got him on a sweep. And, when John's on the field, you got to have eyes on him. And then with Alex, too, putting him in the Wildcat, he's getting some depth. He has great vision as a runner, and when he's in the Wildcat, he's able to see the whole field better. Really dangerous back there. And then you factor in, what John and everybody else on the field can do, too. Just a little wrinkle for us, something different, and obviously it was effective. So,
you mentioned John Wetzel never leaving the field. His ability to take direct snaps as well, design quarterback runs, I think is very unique for this offense. What kind of dimension does that give the offense, knowing that he's a hard-hitting safety, but it can also lay the boom as a quarterback and also run as well as Alex?
He's unbelievable sometimes. He does not want to step out of bounds. He finishes a run on the field. He'd rather run through somebody than step out. He's like a Wildcat quarterback that can throw the ball really well, too. Obviously, you see him in 7-on-7s in the summer. The game plan Friday, we ran the ball well. We had some throws that we liked. We didn't really get to it because we were trying to possess the ball and, maintain that lead. But when he can throw it, when we need to throw it, we can rely on him to do so. And he's just such a hard, physical runner that, it could be a linebacker, it could be a lineman. He's tough to tackle no matter who you are. So when you factor in the threat that he can throw the ball and he's a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard passer, really dynamic kid to have back there for sure.
I think I'm going to state the obvious here. This is saying probably that you've had the best depth that you guys have had in recent years this year. Andy Tash, Izzy McMahon, Brady Berhovic, those guys have been here before. Then you add in John and Alex doing what they do. Talk about the depth this year and how they complement your 2 stars on a consistent basis.
It's huge to have, and for us to be able to know, Brady and Alex this year have about the same amount of carries, a few apart. John's pretty similar too. John has the most carries by just a small margin, but to know that we can hand the ball to Brady, we can hand the ball to Alex, and it's positive plays, and Brady hasn't popped the big one yet this year, but it's 4 yards and it's 5 yards. And when you're a defense and you're trying to play that, it's really, really difficult. And, he's going to pop one eventually too. So it's been good being able to get guys off the field, keep them fresh. And then in the passing game, having Andy, guys like Izzy McMahon stepped up, really worked hard since the summer, since camp to get that spot on the field. And, when Sawyer went down, we really asked a lot out of Izzy, and he just keeps getting better and better each week. And really, if you watch him in the blocking game, he's a physical blocker, and he's 10, 15 yards down the field making blocks that are springing those big plays for John and for Alex. And, factor in Jack. Jack's a great threat out of the back as an H-back in the passing game. And, on Friday, probably the best blocking I've seen from Jack all year long. So, all those guys really, really stepping up. But, to be a great team and to get where we want to go, we got to keep getting better. We can't let that be the peak last Friday. That hopefully is just the beginning.
You guys start Big East play tonight against Franklin Regional. Funny thing, the last time the Wildcats were 3-0, everyone, I was 6 months old. So just keep that in mind. You guys try to make it 4-0 on the year tonight. What will be key to get a win at Franklin Regional? They lost big to Upper St. Clair last week. Ultimately, what will be key in order to get the win here tonight?
Yeah, they're a really, really great team, and I think each game that we've played this year, we've seen a better team each week, and that's not going to change this week. Put last week aside, they've put some good film up, got on Plum early in the year, really, really physical, strong team. So, like I said, if we're content with where we are last week, it's not going to be good enough. We got to get better. We got to continue to get better, and this is conference play now, and those guys understand if we drop one at this point, it's going to hurt us down the road. So every game, every snap counts, and we've approached practice this week like that, and I anticipate, on game time, that's what you're going to see from these guys.
Coach McIntyre, it is a reprieve this week, but thank you for your time.
Richard and Coach McIntyre, we are back here at Panther Stadium. We talked about Latrobe's impressive win last week at Norwin. Franklin Regional ran into a buzzsaw last week.
Yeah, they did. They got mercy ruled by Upper St. Clair. It was a battle of the Panthers last week at Upper St. Clair. Upper St. Clair scored 5 rushing touchdowns. Mercy ruled by halftime. Kyle Duple, though, the running back, rushed for 104 yards on 15 carries for Franklin Regional. Chase Lemke, the quarterback, scored late on a 1-yard run. That was the 7 points for the Upper St. Clair Panthers. But, when you look at common opponents from Franklin Regional and Greater Latrobe, both teams played Plum. Mm-hmm. Remember, that was a tough game for the Greater Latrobe Wildcats in Week 1. 32-18 was the final there. And Franklin Regional basically destroyed Plum. I think it was 42-7 was the score. That was their Week 0 opponent. And so when you look at common opponents, I don't know. How does it all sort out? You got to think Franklin Regional had their eyes open last week. They want to come back and perform better this week. And Greater Latrobe just wants to keep that momentum going and try to go to 4-0 for the home crowd next week at Memorial Stadium.
I feel like Plum was a better team in Week 2 maybe than they were in Week 1.
Plum might have been a better team in Week 3. Or Week 2. Yeah, when they played Gateway last week, and Gateway just barely hung on to beat the Plum Mustangs. So they seem to be putting it together. So maybe neither of those games really count when it comes to, trying to match up common opponents.
So for Latrobe to be able to go 4-0, as you said, what are the keys to the game tonight?
The keys to the game brought to us by Latrobe Auto Group. Latrobe Auto Group bought us our keys and would love to give you keys to a new ride for you and your family. No matter what you're looking for, Latrobe Auto Group has it in their inventory. Unable to make it to their location on the corner of routes 981 and 30? Check out their inventory online at www.latrobeautogroup.com. Keys to the game tonight, Bill. I'm going to take 2. Okay. And I'm going to put you on the spot, and you just give me your impressions on what you think a third key is if I don't already cover it.
Okay.
I think that Wildcats need to keep the momentum going from last week. And I don't know that they truly finished with momentum. They gave up a couple of late touchdowns, but they had the momentum for 3 quarters, more than 3 quarters of that game. I think they need to get off to a fast start. Whether it's offensively or defensively, they've got to get off to a fast start. The other thing that I think they need to do this week, and they will have to do this week, they were okay being one-dimensional last week, and it worked, right? And I'm not saying they can't be somewhat one-dimensional tonight, but the thing that I would look for the Wildcats to do is mix in play action tonight.
Yeah.
Because, Franklin Regional, as much as I was joking about whispering about the Wildcat and Alex Tashnell, they watched film this week, right? And they're expecting the Wildcats to just come up and try to rough them up front, control the line of scrimmage and run the ball for another 400 yards. That's where play action is so important. And Johnny Wetzel is really good at handling the ball. I mean, he knows how to fake it. He knows where to put it. And the other thing is that he's got legs too. So I think if you can, do some play action, maybe get Johnny out on the edge to the right or to the left, you give yourself a couple of options. So, those are my two. I don't know if you have a third or if I already took it.
No, I would just expand on yours and say that at some point they need to throw the ball. They need to put that on tape, them being successful throwing the ball. So when teams see that, they can respect at least a little that they can be successful throwing the ball, and maybe that helps them in the running game.
The Wildcat offense is averaging 394 yards a game, 327 of that on the ground, only 67 per game. Passing. Johnny Wetzel has only 209 yards passing so far this season.
That's in 3 games.
It's time to establish that passing game, but I think you can do that through play action.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
#1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin. From Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state, that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Back to Panther Stadium. There you see Greater Latrobe getting ready to come onto the field. And right now it's time for the starting lineups. Mike?
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Maine's Chiropractic. Fry Farm Road between Latrobe and Greensburg. There is a difference among chiropractors. See the difference Doctors Tom and David Mates can make for you at Maine's Chiropractic. Setting the offensive lineup for the visiting Greater Latrobe Wildcats. They're 3-0 overall. They average 394 yards of total offense. They are coached by Ron Prady. He's in his 3rd season at Greater Latrobe. He's 30-26 overall as a head coach, 18-9 here at Greater Latrobe. He's 1-1 against Franklin Regional. The offense sets like this. Senior Caleb Lehman is at left tackle. Senior Cody Krall at left guard with senior Marco Scarton at center. Junior Lucas Collins gets the start at right guard with senior Anthony Scarton at the right tackle position. Senior Timmy Myers is the tight end. Senior Jack Drenovich is the H-back. Your wide receivers are senior Tyler Bauer, junior Chris Cochran, and junior Andy Tash. The running back is a senior Brady Prohovic, and the quarterback, the Marshall recruit, with his future head coach here watching him tonight, by the way, Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is senior Johnny Wetzel. The Franklin Regional Panther Defense gives up 26 points per game, and it sets like this. Andrew DeVola, the senior, gets the start at left end with junior Lachlan Bresnahan at right end. The junior Troy Slazak gets the start at nose tackle. Your outside linebackers are senior McAllister Bresnahan and senior Austin Kearns, and the inside linebackers are Brent Hickey, a senior, and Bernard Spada, a junior. The cornerbacks are sophomore Elijah Bennett and not Potter Brzezinski. I've got that wrong here. Who is number 3? That is Heath Sleva is the other starter at cornerback. The free safety is junior Matthew Moore, and junior Jameer Austin gets the start at the strong safety position. Franklin Regional Panthers are taking the field. They're 2-1 overall. They average 33 points per game. Their offense sets like this. Hunter Reinhardt, the senior, gets the start at left tackle with left guard Emmanuel Papala, a senior. Junior Troy Slazak gets the start at center with senior Andrew DeVola at right guard. Lachlan Bresnahan, the junior, gets the start at right tackle with his brother McAllister at the tight end position. He's a senior. The wide receivers are Logan Macharko, a senior, Elijah Bennett, a senior, and Matthew Moore, he's a junior. Cal Duple, the senior, gets the start at running back with senior Chase Lemke at the quarterback position. The Franklin Regional Panthers are coached by Lance Getze. He's in his 4th season at Franklin Regional. He's 17-18 overall at Franklin, 34-23 overall as a head coach. He's 2-1 against the Greater Latrobe Wildcats. The Latrobe Wildcats defense gives up 236 yards per game, and it sets like this. Seniors Cody Krall and Tim Myers get the start at defensive end. Senior Anthony Scarton is the nose tackle. The outside linebackers are junior Chris Cochran and the Penn State recruit senior Alex Tash. The inside linebackers are seniors Jack Drenovich and Braden Bronson. The cornerbacks are also seniors Vince Gasky and Tyler Bauer. Andy Tash, the junior, gets the start at free safety with senior Johnny Wetzel at the strong safety position. Tonight's lineups are brought to you by Maine's Chiropractic. Fry Farm Road between Latrobe and Greensburg. There is a difference among chiropractors. See the difference Doctors Tom and David Maines can make for you at Maine's Chiropractic. Bill?
All right, Mike, thank you. It's a beautiful evening here in Murraysville for this football game tonight. We're waiting for the captains to come out for the coin toss. For Franklin Regional, we believe that'll be Chase Lemke, McAllister Bresnahan, I think Austin Kearns, and Andrew DeVola.
It was Dr. Prano saying hello to you. That's all.
And for Greater Latrobe, it'll be John Wetzel, Brady Prohovic. I think it's Cody Krall.
Yep.
And who's the 4th?
You said Brady. I didn't know who you said first.
Oh, it was Alex.
Alex Tash.
Alex Tash. Yeah. Like we could forget him.
We could. For local high school sports, turn to the Latrobe Bulletin, www.latrobebulletinnews.com. Reminder, Bulletin Sports is on all your social media platforms. Connect with Instagram, TikTok, X, and Facebook by following @Latrobe Bulletin. And one other quick plug here, Bill. September 28th, 2024, the Eastern Westmoreland Career Technology Center Skills USA is having a golf outing at the Latrobe Elks. $100 entry fee per golfer. Includes basket ravels, contests. You got a door prize, refreshments. Always the best part of my round.
Have the refreshments.
18 holes at dinner, a hot dog at the turn. If you are interested, email skillsusa@ewctc.net for more information. Please get a foursome in there because it benefits our Skills USA team at the Eastern Westmoreland Career Technology Center.
We've talked about how close these games have been, and last year's ending on the goal line, literally. 2 years ago, it was double overtime. And the year before that, I think, was the biggest heartbreaker of all in 2021.
It was.
41-40.
41-40. It was a late field goal by Joey Bain, who is still kicking, by the way, for the Franklin Regional Panthers, who put them over the top there. Again, I go back.
But it was like 40-20 at halftime or something.
It was, and they came all the way back to win that game. This is a series that started back in 1991. And as I said before, Franklin Regional leads the overall series 8-4. Last year, Franklin Regional 6-5 overall. They were 3-2 in the Big East. That was good enough for third place. They lost to Peters Township 35-0 in the 5A quarterfinals. But a real tradition of excellence here in this Franklin Regional program. You remember They were coached by Greg Botta for 27 years. He finished with 177 victories. He was 6-3 against Greater Latrobe. They made the playoffs 21 out of 26 years and 16 years in a row until 2020. Since 2004, they are 135-57. That includes 7 conference championships, 4 WPIAL final appearances, and 1 state title in 2005.
That is an impressive record, to say the least.
The Wildcats tonight in the white tops, the white tops with the black numerals outlined in orange. They've got the orange bottoms, black socks, and white shoes. They've got the black headgears with the script cats on one side and the white numerals on the other. The Franklin Regional Panthers, they are in the navy blue tops with the Vegas gold bottoms. They got the Vegas gold headgears. And I believe we got a signal from the official. Bill, are we ready to go?
Yes, we are. And just like last week, Latrobe wins the toss and will defer. So Franklin Regional will get the ball first. We'll see the Latrobe defense on the field first. And we're just about ready to go here at Murraysville.
We didn't talk about this as a key to the game, but the Wildcats really need to defend the pass maybe a little better than they did late last week. If I suspect anything, I suspect that the Panthers will come out and try to throw the ball deep on the Wildcats because that worked for Norwin last week. So we'll see, are they going to blitz or are they going to play base defense and try to back those corners off? But I would expect to see Chase Lemke maybe watch his right arm fall off tonight.
He's a very good quarterback, that's for sure.
A little discussion here on the sideline. Coach Brady, Zach Kessler, the AD from Franklin Regional. I think that might be head coach Lance Getze.
So we're just waiting for the officials to get the teams out on the field, and we'll be ready to go.
I think, Bill, we should take a commercial break and come back here for the start of the game.
All right, that sounds good. We'll be right back with the kickoff after this.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
Number 1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. A Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen, and we welcome you to Lepatich Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family-owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust and will do our best to prove we are where dignity prevails.
Hello, I'm Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, President of the Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation. The foundation ensures the highest level of education innovation supporting GLSD students, faculty, and staff. The foundation strives to provide educational opportunities for all students in grades K through 12. We believe students should have what they need to reach their full potential. Give, build, grow. Every student, every day.
Welcome to Ligonier Valley Learning Center Incorporated, where little hands do big things. For 38 years, Latrobe Kinder School has provided a continuum of quality services which promotes the emotional, behavioral, educational, and physical development of children. We've used a research-based curriculum that will help your child grow academically and socially. Guidance from our expert teachers, combined with our state-of-the-art play areas, will build your child's brains and bodies. Latrobe Kinderschool provides high-quality pre-K education for 3 and 4-year-old children at no cost to qualifying families through the pre-K counts. Our enrollment is always open. Visit our website, LigonierValleyLearningCenter.com, to apply today.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
We are back here at Panther Stadium, and if you are wondering what the delay in the start of the game is, it appears we have had a medical emergency up in the Greater Latrobe stands on the far side of the field. They have paramedics there, and they are attending to a person. Mike went across the field to check on things, Mike. So that, Mike Dodorich I'm bringing in now, and that is what we are in a delay on right now.
Well, they were there quickly.
Yes, they were.
Sure.
When the captains came out on the field, I noticed that they had taken like a gurney or something across to the far side.
And then there was a little meeting on the field with the officials and looked like school officials. And the next thing we know, Latrobe is kneeling in the end zone, and Franklin Regional's kneeling over here on the sideline.
So it literally was just before kickoff that this occurred.
Yep.
And so they are working up in the stands. As we said, it's on the Latrobe side. And beyond that, we don't know anything, but there's Coach Ron Prady with his team. They're in the left end zone and just waiting for the start of the game. And you wonder, you know, how if you need to get people warmed up again, or you're just about ready to go kickoff, and then you have this kind of a break.
That's one of those things we've heard over the years about how it's all synchronized. Everything is planned out to the minute. Now you get a 15-minute break, maybe longer, who knows.
Yeah.
And you wonder what that does to whatever attitude they had built up, and they were ready to go.
So I see them working over there, and we're just hoping for the best here for whomever is involved. But again, the start of the game here tonight at Franklin Regional has been delayed by an apparent medical emergency in the stands on the Greater Latrobe side. And so they have delayed the game, and as we said, Latrobe is gathered in the left end zone, and Franklin Regional is just below us. They are sitting, and everyone is just waiting for the start of the game here. But more importantly, by far, is the condition of the person that they are working on. So while we have this opportunity, we're going to take another break, and we'll be back as soon as we know some more.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I think we could agree it's been a crazy year for everyone. And we here at Latrobe Auto Group want you to know that we're in this together and we're here for you. Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Hyrak and I'm the finance manager here at the dealership. During the past year, we've all seen some pretty crazy things. Maybe your credit's been affected by some of those things. You should know that no matter what your credit situation is, great credit, good credit, bad credit, or no credit, Latrobe Auto Group wants to be your dealer and we specialize in credit challenges. Our credit team is just waiting to put you in a new car or truck that will start building your credit today and get you moving in the right direction. No matter what you've heard, our lot is stocked with new, pre-owned, and certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Vehicles that not only fall in line with the bank's parameters, but your budget. So whatever's been holding you back, put it aside, come on in, and together we can make it happen.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.
Hello, I'm Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, President of the Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation. The foundation ensures the highest level of education innovation supporting GLSD students, faculty, and staff. The foundation strives to provide educational opportunities for all students in grades K through 12. We believe students should have what they need to reach their full potential. Give, build, grow. Every student, every day.
We are back here at Murraysville at Franklin Regional Panther Stadium, and they have just wheeled, I would assume, a Latrobe fan that was on the Latrobe sideline on the far side in the stands. They were working on that person, and then they have wheeled him to an ambulance just outside the stadium. So we'll be getting started here very shortly. We don't know any of the details, but the medical team was, as you said, Mike, they were running to the ambulance. So I think there's some urgency involved here.
Sure seemed like it.
So now I think they'll give the teams a chance to maybe warm up a little bit more after what was probably about a 15-minute break.
And we were going to be late anyway because this was some kind of introduction night for all the little players and cheerleaders and everybody. We probably were going to be 10 minutes late to start.
Right.
So just
we'll
be a little later night, that's all.
We'll be getting started. It's 7:18 right now. So I would think we would be getting started here in the next 10 minutes or so.
I would guess so.
Oh, okay. We were talking about John Wetzel, and he is a recruit to Marshall, and Richard Hilweg has a shot here of the Marshall. I don't know if he's the coach or their recruiter or who it is. Okay, so he's here to see Johnny Wetzel play tonight. And, of course, Johnny Wetzel headed to Marshall. Alex Tash is headed to Penn State. And those two players have been the stars so far of Greater Latrobe High School football this season.
That is Marshall's head coach, by the way.
That is Marshall's head coach.
Richard verified that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Wetzel and Tash have been just unbelievable. And we really haven't seen John throw the ball all that much. You know, he's done it with his legs just like Tash has done.
Yep.
But it's nice they're starting to get some other players involved, and they're getting to be an arm load.
I'll tell you what, I'm still totally amazed, as Mike mentioned in the pregame, 3 players last week, Tash, Wetzel, and Brady Prohovic, accounted for 430 yards rushing in that game against Norwin. 430 yards, the three of them. 251 for Tash, 140 or something for Wetzel, and then the remainder for Brady Prohovic.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he had a nice game. He had a touchdown in that game, so.
And even with Tash's 251, that's still a lot of yards for those other two to pick up.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were very good.
We believe Alex Tash was maybe a yard off the record that was set by Robert Fulton in 2022, 252 yards, and that was against Franklin Regional, by the way. That was a double overtime game, too. And the last time Greater Latrobe has beaten Franklin Regional.
Yeah. Yep. That was right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
As I recall, it was in the end zone to our right.
I missed that game, so
that's right.
But I was listening. I was watching and listening. So.
Well, this is a good atmosphere here.
Oh, it always is.
It's a tough place for visitors to play. So if you can walk out of here with a win, you know you've done something very well.
That's for sure. And as we said, Franklin Regional still stinging after they got beaten up a little bit last week by Upper St. Clair. Upper St. Clair put the mercy rule on them. And that doesn't happen to Franklin Regional very often.
No. Looks like the two teams have broken from their gatherings on the field, and we may be getting started here shortly.
Yes. So. Right now you're looking at Roman Augustoni, and that's Mitch Horner. Mitch is the punter for Greater Latrobe.
So how do you think Latrobe attacks them tonight? They change anything or just keep doing what they've been doing?
Well, you know, you would think that they would keep doing what they've been doing until it doesn't work anymore. But they might come out here and do some play action work like Mike was saying in the pregame and try to surprise Franklin Regional with the passing game.
Get them on their heels a little bit.
Yeah. Right. Because that is really the only part of the game that Latrobe has not really put together that well. I mean, they've completed passes, they've had touchdown passes, but I mean it's a small sample size compared to their running game.
And it's hard to blame them from going away from the running game.
Why? Yeah, because you eat clock and you get big yardage. And
you're going to need to do it at some point, though. Get going into the season further. Games are going to get tougher, and you're going to have to pass the ball. So they may have to get to that a little bit.
This is Bill Brown and Mike Dudurich, and we're just about ready for the kickoff. Mike Poremka went down to check on the occurrence right before kickoff. There was a medical emergency up in the Greater Latrobe stands. There was a man that they worked on for a while, and then they took him away in an ambulance here just a little while ago. And Mike will be making his way back up to the broadcast booth. But he also has responsibilities as the superintendent of Greater Latrobe Schools.
Yep. I saw him. He's on his way back.
So we're just about ready. Latrobe will be kicking off to Franklin Regional. Latrobe won the coin toss and elected to defer. So let's see who we're going to see back there. And it's going to be Jameer Austin along with Darwin Jones, who will be back. No, I'm sorry, Darwin Jones will not be back. It's Jameer Austin. He will be back by himself, deep for Franklin Regional, and Roman Augustoni. You're looking at Andy Tash there as he lines up on the kickoff team. And I think they would like to keep the ball away from Jameer Austin, if possible. And Roman Augustoni is just the person to do that. He's had, I don't know how many kickoffs that have gone into and out of the end zone so far this season. So we're just about ready for the kickoff here. Greater Latrobe kicking off to Franklin Regional. The 3-0 Greater Latrobe Wildcats, the 2-1 Franklin Regional Panthers. And this is opening night in the Big East Conference. First conference game for both of these teams. So a lot at stake here. And it's a pretty bitter rivalry between the two anyway. So we are ready to go. Augustoni gets the signal, and he boots it. And Austin takes it in his end zone, fumbles it, and they're going to blow whistles and just let them bring it out to the 20. I think Jameer Austin wanted to bring it out, but he fumbled it, and so the officials blew the whistle, and that stopped that. So Franklin Regional will have it, 1st and 10 at the Panther 20-yard line. Chase Lemke, of course, is the quarterback. Kyle Dupil is the running back. And they have a collection of receivers. McAllister Bresnahan, and of course, Elijah Bennett. Austin Kearns, number 18. So out they come. It will be Lemke and Dupil in the backfield. Dupil to the right of Lemke. 2 receivers to the right. 1 comes in motion now. And we're underway. And it will be Dupil trying the middle. And he will get forward to maybe the 22-yard line. Pretty good defense in the front there by the Wildcats. They'll give him 3 yards. Out to the 23, 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Franklin Regional looking to the sideline for the offensive play. This time they'll line up in a pistol. No, they won't. Dupil will go to the left of Chase Lemke. A receiver each way. And it's Dupil again. He has a hole in the right side, 30-yard line, and he's out to the 35. Finally brought down at about the 39-yard line. So he picks up 16 on the play, and it's a Panther first down.
That was very well blocked by Franklin Regional.
That was a big hole that opened up there.
Right side just collapsed.
16-yard gain, first down for the Panthers at their own 39-yard line. And once again, the entire Panther offense checks the sideline for the signal for the play. Kyle Dupil, he had a big game last year against the Wildcats. He lines up to the right of Lemke this time. They bring a man in motion. And a pass over the middle. It goes through the hands of McAllister Bresnahan and will fall incomplete. Bresnahan did a short turnaround route, and the pass just went through his hands. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 39.
Say that might have had a little too much zip on it.
It may have, absolutely. Yeah, that ball was zipped. So, 2nd and 10. Elijah Bennett is split to the left. Dupil to the right, and he gets the call. Started left, cuts right, has yardage out near the 45-yard line. Tim Myers, one of the players on the stop for Greater Latrobe, but they'll give him the 46. So that'll be a 6-yard gain, 7-yard gain, and will be 3rd down and 3. So it's 3rd and 3 for the Panthers at the 46-yard line, their own 46. Dupil to the right of Lemke. Receivers each way. Chase Lemke hands it off. Dupil looked like he was slowed down in the backfield, but he broke outside and picks up another Franklin Regional first down as he goes into Greater Latrobe territory at the 48-yard line. So he picks up 6 yards. And the Panthers move the sticks, and Mike is back with us. So 1st and 10 from the Latrobe 48-yard line. No score, first period, 9:38 remaining between Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional. Franklin Regional on the move, their first possession. Lemke keeps it this time, and he will be brought down quickly. He'll get maybe a yard to about the 47 of Latrobe. Chase Lemke, the quarterback.
Tempo offense here for the Franklin Regional Panthers. As they're up over the ball, they're not ready to run a play yet. It's not like what we saw last week, Bill. But they're looking to the sideline for their play call. They're going to look and see how Latrobe lines up on defense and then make a call accordingly. 2nd and 9.
From the 47 of Latrobe, Lemke hands it off. Duple up the middle, and he will cross the 45 down to about the 43. Braden Bronson, one of the players on the stop for Latrobe, at the 43-yard line. So it's 3rd down and about, 5 maybe?
I think it's 5 maybe. We'll call it a long 5, somewhere between 3rd and 5 and 3rd and 6. And the offensive line for the Panthers here doing a nice job against the Wildcat defense.
Pistol formation. Duple still the running back. Low snap. It goes through the legs, and Latrobe trying to pounce on it. Lemke gets back and dives on it, but the loss is all the way back to the Franklin Regional 46-yard line.
You'll see it here on the Bardini's instant replay. This snap, as Bill said, it's going to go right through Lemke's legs, right underneath him. He tried to field the grounder but couldn't.
I'll tell you what, Alex Tash almost beat him to the ball.
Almost beat him to it. A nice block by Kyle Dupill kept Alex from getting it. We're going to have Joey Bain back to punt. He's going to be standing at his own 32-yard line, so a break the Wildcats needed. Wetzel and Tash standing at their own 15.
So a promising drive comes to an end on the mistake, and the punt will land, and Franklin Regional will down it at about the Latrobe 4-yard line. So an effective punt for Joey Bain. 50 yards on that punt. And Latrobe will get their first offensive look tonight. Franklin Regional had some success, but the snap through the legs of Lemke cost them on 3rd down. So we'll see what Latrobe can do. But they have as Bill Hillgrove used to say, the long field challenge.
The long field challenge. 1st and 10. Wildcats moving right to left here. 7:29 to go in the first quarter. It's 1st and 10 for Greater Latrobe.
So it will be, of course, Johnny Wetzel. He's in the pistol. Alex Tash is the tailback. 2 receivers to the right and a wing right. Now they bring a man in motion. Tash gets the ball up the middle, spun around. He's at the 10, 15, 20, and finally dragged down at the 21-yard line. And as a penalty flag comes in on the far side of the field.
This could be a sideline warning or maybe something else. Andy Tash has his helmet off.
He doesn't have his helmet
there.
on. That's
why.
I
don't know if his helmet got ripped off while he was blocking there on the outside. I don't know. But, boy, if this is a face mask penalty. It's a personal foul face mask against Franklin Regional. That's a 17-yard run by Alex Tash. And you're going to add another 15.
Penalty.
That's a 32-yard play. Look at the top of the screen. Andy Tash up there blocking on the outside. I don't know if we'll catch it here at the end or not.
Jameer Austin is the person he's working against.
Yeah, they're kind of out of the screen. They did not reappear. It's going to be 1st and 10. Wildcat football at their own 37. Again, Bill, watch for the play action pass. I'm telling you.
So suddenly they're not in as deep a hole after the big gain by Tash and the penalty on top of it. They have a double wing right. Tash is the tailback. Tash gets the call, cuts it back inside at the 40, still on his feet. And he gets out to the 42. I'll give him the 42-yard line, so he'll pick up 7. Or 5, I should say.
6. I think they're going to give him 6.
Oh, they gave him the 43. Okay.
They did.
I was thinking the 42, but all right. So 6 yards on 1st down. It's not a bad deal.
Brings up the 3rd play of the drive that started at the 4-yard line. The Wildcats taking their time. Clock under 6:30 here to play in the first quarter. 0-0.
Andy Tash is split wide right. Now, Alex Tash moves into a slot position on the right. And it will be Johnny Wetzel keeping the football. And he will try to turn the corner. They won't let him. He will be brought down right near the line of scrimmage as he tried to pick up yardage.
Nice play there by Heath Sleva coming up quickly to wrestle Johnny to the ground. It's a gain of 0. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for Greater Latrobe. Clock rolling now under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter.
So Latrobe started, as Mike said, at their own 4-yard line. They have 3 receivers out to the left. Tash is the tailback in the pistol. From the 43, 3rd down and about 4. Short drop, fires out. Isney McMahon makes the catch, and
it's going to depend on the spot. I don't know if that ball.
I think he does.
Do you think that ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage? Let's see it here on the Bardini's instant replay.
It is a 1st down.
Johnny Wetzel going to take a little bit of time. There's Izzy wide open in the flat. Johnny throws that ball. No, just a little bit high and a tiny bit wobbly. Izzy making a nice catch and gets where he needs to be. It's going to be 1st and 10 Greater Latrobe football at their own 47-yard line. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
So big 3rd down conversion there. Nice catch by Izzy McMahon. And Latrobe moves the sticks. Their first possession, Franklin Regional's first possession, ended after a bad snap. So Latrobe trying to get on the board first. 1st and 10 from their 47. And it's Chris Cochran on the jet sweep. And he cuts it inside and finds the going a little tough there. And I don't know if he'll get beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, gain of nothing there on that play. The Wildcats have tried that jet sweep a lot over the first 3 weeks of the season, and they just haven't found their rhythm with it. It's almost like you got to catch Chris in stride as he's coming across, and at times I feel like he's just not in that full stride where he can get to the outside and get a seam. It's 2nd and 10 Greater Latrobe football, still at the 47-yard line. Clock getting close to 4 minutes here in the first quarter.
Andy Tash is split wide right. 2 receivers to the left. Keeping the football as Wetzel breaks out of a tackle in the backfield, tries to turn the corner, and a nice defensive play there by Franklin Regional will take him down back at the 40-yard line, and that was Jude Gentile who makes the tackle and a loss on the play.
You remember Jude Gentile? He's 5'5", 155. Bill, do you remember where he played last year in the game against the Wildcats on defense?
Middle guard.
He was nose tackle.
Oh, my gosh.
Last year against the Wildcats, yeah. Quickness for sure. It's a loss of 6 on the play, brings up a 3rd and 16 for Greater Latrobe, and the ball's back around their own 41-yard line.
So it'll be a pistol formation, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Wetzel back to pass, getting pressure, fires out. The pass, I believe, was intended for McMahon, but Andy Tash was in the area as well. But it falls incomplete, and it will bring up 4th down.
We'll see it here on the Bardini's instant replay. You'll see Tash to the top, McMahon underneath. There's Jack Drenovich getting out in the flat. Not sure where that ball was going, maybe to Andy Tash. Regardless, he would not have the 1st down anyway. So it's a 4th and 16, and Mitchell Horner in for his first punt of the night. He's standing at his own 27-yard line.
Both McMahon and Andy Tash were kind of in the same area. And Horner gets the punt away. And it's going to bounce at about the 35 and will go out of bounds near the 30. Or they'll be downed at the 30. So that's where Franklin Regional will have it for their second possession. 3 minutes remaining in the first period. No score between Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional. And you're watching Wildcat football on LHTC Media, Wildcat Network.
30-yard. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to give her names. Bill Brown, Mike Peremka, Mike Dudurich, and Tom Everett.
30-yard punt there by Mitchell Horner, just under his average. He averages 35 yards per punt on the season. Bill, that's only his 4th punt of the season. He did not punt at all last week in the win against Norwin.
So here come the Panthers. It's Chase Lemke, the senior quarterback, Kyle Duple, who did a lot of the carrying on that first possession, and successfully, I might add. So here we go. Lemke rolling right, looking downfield, fires, and it's just out of the reach. That was intended for Logan Macharko.
Pressure applied there on that play. Alex Tash coming from his linebacker position might have forced Lemke to throw that ball just a little bit early. There we get a shot of Danny Noonan getting some work at cornerback tonight. Sawyer Butina still injured for the Wildcats, so you'll see Danny Noonan and Vince Gasky at the corners along with Tyler Bauer. 2nd and 10, ball at the 30-yard line, 2:56 to go here in the first quarter. It's a scoreless game in Murraysville.
Lemke with Duple to the right. They bring a man in motion. He lines up as a wing right, and keeping the ball is Lemke. Looking to turn the corner, gets a couple of blocks, but he's not going to get very far. He was cut down, at the 35-yard line on a nice tackle.
Gain of 4 on the play. We'll see it here again on the Bardini's instant replay. Just a scheduled quarterback keep, a nice block there on the outside.
Danny Newman comes up from that corner spot to take him down at the 34.
Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Franklin Regional Panthers. A nice block on the outside there by Cole DeVola, the sophomore tight end. Had a nice block on Alex Tash, trying to hold him off.
Elijah Bennett split left. Duple gets the carry, started inside, cuts it left, gets across the 40, and he'll have a first down for Franklin Regional at about the 43-yard line.
The big 3rd down pickup there for the Franklin Regional Panthers. I think the Wildcats were thinking pass, and they ended up running Duple off the right side and able to get, he needed 6. I think he got 7. 1st and 10. Franklin Regional ball, 1:54 to go here in the first quarter.
There you see Kyle Duple started inside, then cut it out to the right, picked up 9 yards for the first down. So Duple to the left now.
Look at Tash on the outside, Bill.
Lemke. Tash showing blitz, and he's coming. And he runs right into and buries Kyle Duple. He was unblocked coming off the left side.
Yeah, he showed blitz. We'll see it on the Bardini's instant replay once again. Watch Tash. He's up.
My gosh.
He drops back, and then he comes very quickly off of that corner, unblocked right into Kyle Duple, as you said, and it's going to be a loss on the play. A loss of 5 brings up 2nd and 15. Bardines, number 1 for meets in Westmoreland, Bardine Road, Crabtree. I think Alex made that tackle for Gabby. You see them there together in the commercial.
That's textbook tackle, too. Duple tried to spin out of it, but he couldn't do it. So 2nd and 15. Lemke rolls right, looks, fires toward the – where did he fire it?
Well, he fired it to the sideline towards Kyle Duple.
Duple, okay.
But he fired it behind him, and he kind of rushed that play, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if he sensed pressure coming off the backside. I certainly didn't see any. It's going to be 3rd and 15. And, Bill, we saw Alex Tash blitz on that last play, something we really didn't see last week from the Wildcat defense. They were kind of content to play base defense and drop back in coverage during the game. A big 3rd down for the Wildcats here on defense. It's 3rd and 15, 46 and 0.4 of a second. I like the precise.
We like to be exact here on the Wildcat Network. So from the 39-yard line, 3rd and long. And it's keeping the football as Lemke faked the jet sweep, and he runs into Brady Prahovic, and Prahovic will not give ground, and they'll stop him short of the first down.
Johnny Wetzel coming up in run support as well. It's going to be a 4th and 9 for Franklin Regional, and we'll see if they go for it here on 4th down. I don't believe they will, and they don't actually have to make that decision. 36 on the play clock, 22 on the game clock, and Bill, that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
So we have played one here, and we have no score between Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional. We'll be back with second period action after this.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin. From Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
There you see the Franklin Regional Band. And we are moving into second period action. We've switched sides. Franklin Regional with the football, facing a 4th down and 9 from their 44-yard line. And it's Andy Tash and Johnny Wetzel will be deep. And Bain will be the punter, Joey Bain. And he punts it. coming up to make a fair catch and losing the football. That was Andy Tash, and Franklin Regional has the recovery at the Greater Latrobe 24-yard line.
Well, they haven't signaled it yet, so I don't know if we're still fighting or if we'll see it here on the Bardini's instant replay. I haven't seen a call from the official yet. Did we make a call? I haven't seen a call yet. I don't know what we're talking about here. It should have been pretty clear.
They're having a discussion. There it is.
Are we going to call this a muffed punt? I don't know. It looked like the Panther player picked it up.
Well, it looked like he fell on it, but I'm not sure he did.
Seems like a long conversation to have about something that seemed pretty simple. Unless they're going to say that Andy muffed that punt, I'm not sure. The Bardini's instant replay, super meets, you win every meal, every game in Crabtree. And it looks like the Wildcats are going to keep the ball, and Lance Getsy's going nuts on the sideline. He is going absolutely crazy on the sideline, and I'm not sure that I blame him on this one. I thought that Franklin Regional had the football, and boy, what a turn of events that would have been for the Panthers. They would have got the ball right around the Latrobe 25-yard line, and as it is, it's going to be 1st and 10 Greater Latrobe ball.
Boy, I'd love for the referee to be mic'd here to find out what's going on, how Latrobe keeps that football.
Lance Getsy is hot. There you see him. He's right around the 35-yard line. He's letting the official have it.
He absolutely is. And again, like you, I can't say I blame him.
So 1st and 10 Greater Latrobe. They're moving now left to right here in the second quarter. You have Tash in the backfield with Johnny Wetzel. Tash so far on the game has 2 carries for 23 yards. Johnny Wetzel, 2 carries -7, Bill. We're not used to that. I don't know what are we still talking about here?
We changed footballs, and now we're getting a penalty. So I guess Getsy's, or are we re-kicking?
What?
Ron Prady, I would think, might have something to say about this. It's a do-over.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure why here. I didn't
know we had do-overs in high school football, but that is what is happening. So Joey Bain will be kicking again. Andy Tash.
The friendly folks here at the Franklin Regional Press Box, always friendly, by the way.
The snap is high. Bain controls it. He did a great job to get that kick away. And it bounces at about the 30-yard line. So Latrobe will have the football around the 30.
Bill, it was the old inadvertent whistle on that play.
Is that what it was?
That's why they re-kicked. So it's going to be a net 5 for the Wildcats. They would have had the ball at the 25. They're going to get it at the 30 with 11:49 to go here in the first half.
That's a bullet there you just dodged. But Latrobe has the football. No score here. Second period, 11:49. We're just 11 seconds into the second period. And now
we have another official's timeout.
And
do you know what's going through my head right now, Bill?
You're expecting a car with clowns in it here any minute?
Yeah. Where's the Shriners? The Shriners need to come out in those little cars. Remember when you used to be the voice there, that thing?
Yes, that thing.
Till you were wrongly removed.
So here we go. From the pistol formation, Johnny Wetzel, Alex Tash, the tailback. Tash dances a little bit. He's not going to get very far. Franklin Regional had that well defensed.
They sure did. Run on first down is going to gain zip for Alex Tash. The Wildcats seem to be a little out of sorts offensively, Bill. And I got to be honest with you, I don't know that I blame them right now.
That was a strange turn of events right there.
It's going to be 2nd and 10. The ball's at the Greater Latrobe 30-yard line.
Tash stays in the game as the tailback. 3 receivers to the right this time. Johnny Wetzel in the pistol.
The old check with me.
8 seconds on the play clock. Low snap. He takes it. Back, fires. He has a wide open Andy Tash at the 40-yard line. And that will be a Greater Latrobe first down. Nice throw by Johnny Wetzel.
Andy Tash's first catch of the night. And that, boy, does that just loosen up the defense a little bit when you can get the ball downfield. Johnny Wetzel setting his feet. He had plenty of time and getting the ball out to the right side. 1st and 10, Wildcat football at the 40. Play action. Yes. Play action. If they could get a positive run on first down, I could see them taking a shot down the field.
Wing to the left. Pistol formation. Alex Tash, left side, breaks through a hole, gets out to the 45, maybe the 46. So he'll pick up about 6 yards.
Play action. Play action.
I have it in my head that we should be looking maybe play action here.
2nd and 5. It's a good opportunity. I would have liked to have been little, like 2nd and 3 maybe.
Yeah.
To go play action. But this is a point where Jack Drenovich and Andy Tash excel there in the play action game. 9:55 to go. Second quarter, 0-0 here in the first half. Opening night of the Big East Conference for the Wildcats in the Panthers.
2 receivers to the short side. And it's Andy Tash to the right. They bring a man in motion, fake the jet sweep. Coming straight up the middle is Alex Tash. And he will have a Greater Latrobe first down as he crosses midfield into Franklin Regional territory. Picks up about 6 on the play, needed 5.
Moves that ball into Franklin Regional territory, I believe, for the first time tonight. The ball's at the Franklin Regional 48 with 9:27 to go here in the first quarter.
So Tash comes to the sideline. And we're seeing Brady Prohovic now as the tailback and the pistol. Mac Mahan and Andy Tash are out to the right. Prohovic, left side, is at the 45, pushing forward to the 43-yard line. So he will pick up 5 yards on first down.
A reminder, the Heart to Heart 5K Run Walk will be held tomorrow, September 14th at Memorial Stadium in downtown Latrobe. The Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation is hosting the Heart to Heart 5K Run Walk to support the Stephen Lacasio Memorial Endowed Fund, created to carry on Mr. Lacasio's legacy in the Greater Latrobe School District and continue his efforts. Bill?
Stacked receivers to the left. Prohovic again comes straight forward to the 40 and just inside. He's close to a first down, but I think he's still a yard or 2 short.
To continue his efforts to support and lift up students in financial need and provide a pathway for their success. There are limited T-shirts available. Race day registrations are available for $30. I hope to see you tomorrow at Memorial Stadium, the 40-yard line. 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats.
Alex Tash is back in the game as the tailback. No, he's in the Wildcat. Wildcat, the first we've seen of it tonight. Tash takes it, comes left side. He'll have the first down. Pyle moves forward to the Franklin Regional 35-yard line.
Everybody in the stadium knew it was coming, and he got the first down again. Tough running. The ball's inside the 35-yard line. It's going to be at the Franklin Regional, just outside the Franklin Regional 34.
So after a controversial punt that Latrobe kept possession, they have moved from the 30-yard line to the 35 of Franklin Regional, and they have a new set of downs. And coming in motion is Mac Mahan. Wetzel. Alex Tash, nice cut inside, but he got tripped up. And he'll fall forward at the 40 or 35-yard line.
Jude Gentile again coming up in support from his linebacker position. He is quick and wiry.
All 5'5" of him.
And as a former nose tackle, he's not afraid to tackle Alex Tash. It's going to be a loss of 2 on the play, bring up a 2nd and 12 for Greater Latrobe. Clock now under 7 minutes to go in a scoreless first half.
He's 5'5", 155. How did he play nose tackle?
He did. You don't remember that last year?
That was last year.
That was last year. He was like 107 pounds.
2nd down for the Wildcats. Wetzel, short drop, fires out toward Mac Mahan, and it's picked off. Moving on to football. And that was Logan Mocharko who makes the interception. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, you got it right.
Matthew Moore who made the interception, number 12.
Johnny, here we see him on the Bardini's instant replay, staring down Izzy the whole way, and a nice break on the ball. That was Matthew Moore on the interception, and Franklin Regional is going to take over at the 33-yard line. The first turnover of the game for the Wildcats. They had a turnover last week.
So, Franklin Regional. Look like Latrobe might be moving the football. And their drive comes to an end on the interception. 6:40 remaining first half. No score between these two teams. 3-0 Greater Latrobe, 2-1 Franklin Regional. And Chase Lemke is joined by Kyle Duple. And rolling out and firing over the middle. The pass is completed across the 40 out to about the 43-yard line. That was a nice catch in traffic. And that was Logan Macharko who made the catch.
It was like a little run pass option there, and Lemke kind of held onto the ball until Macharko got open. It's a 1st and 10, and the ball's going to be at the Franklin Regional 45-yard line. Clock going to be right around 6 minutes when they snap this ball. Scoreless tie here in the first quarter in Murraysville. It's a typical Latrobe Franklin football game.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, a wing left. And Lemke takes the snap. Duple, and he is hit in the backfield. It bounces off the tackle from Alex Tash.
And they whistle him down.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Oh, my.
I would have to dispute that.
Here you see it on the Bardini's instant replay, Bill.
I mean, that was a nice hit, but with no way did he look like he was going down. He just bounced off of it. He even stiff-armed himself free. Wow.
Now, the one thing is they didn't mark him down at the 40. They marked him down at the 43-yard line. And it's an official's timeout. Yeah.
I sense that Luke Getze is not happy with the officiating.
It's going to be 2nd and 12. Alex Tash, by the way, that time not blitzing. He just read that play and made a Division I football play.
Well, that
right
was
there.
a Division I football play by Duple to not be tackled.
Yes, I agree. You know, the Wildcat defense almost stopped playing. You got to play to the whistle.
Double wing. Duple gets the call, tries the right side, cuts it back inside, and will go forward. He makes nice yardage across the 45 out to about the 48-yard line. So he'll pick up 5 of that.
It's going to be 3rd and 7, 3rd and a long 6 for Franklin Regional. 3rd and 7, says the scoreboard.
From the 48-yard line, Franklin Regional Panther 48-yard line.
You got to keep your eye out here for McAllister Brejnahan, the tight end. He's 6'5", 220, Bill. Makes a nice target.
So from the pistol, Lemke hands it off. Duple comes forward, and he will be stopped short of the first down, but he's close.
4-down territory, I'm sure, for Lance Getze here. It's going to be a 4th and 1.
Tim Myers on the stop for Greater Latrobe, along with Sandro Castillo.
4th and short. Remember, Lemke can run the ball too, Bill. But I don't know why he just wouldn't give it to Duple and follow him up, put him right behind Brejnahan.
So can Latrobe come up with a stop here? Football at the Latrobe 46. 4th and a long yard. Lemke trying to draw them off.
Play clock at 12. They still have plenty of time. Play clock now under 10. 4th and 1.
With Duple to his right. Takes the snap. Duple gets the call, tries to bounce it outside, and will get the first down. Stepped out of a tackle from Alex Tash and gets inside the 45 to the 44. And they move the sticks. Duple's a nice runner.
Nice run there by Kyle Duple. 2nd effort, 3rd effort, 4th effort.
Alex Tash got the best of him once, but he's had his own success here, even though the officials did not agree on one of the plays. So Duple to the right of Chase Lemke. Now Latrobe will call a timeout, I believe. So 3:07 remaining, first half, no score between Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional. We'll be back with more Wildcat football in a moment.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen, and we welcome you to Lapadich Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since.
Okay, turns out it was not a timeout, and so it is 1st and 10 from the 43 of Latrobe. And rolling out, Lemke fires low. He had an intended receiver. A penalty flag comes in at the end of the play.
We're going to have an illegal man downfield on the Franklin Regional Panthers. You'll see it here on the Bardini's instant replay. Watch the offensive line. Again, this is a run-pass option, and the linemen have to stay still. But see where they are right there at the 40-yard line? Can't have that.
Jude Gentile was the intended receiver, but the penalty will move Franklin Regional back.
It'll be 1st and 15, right, Bill?
1st and 15.
Oh, they haven't moved the stick yet.
So it goes back to the 48-yard line. First and 15 for Franklin Regional. Scoreless game here between the Wildcats and the Panthers. From the 48-yard line of Greater Latrobe, Lemke takes it, fires over the middle. Is intended, almost intercepted. It was intended for McAllister Bresnahan, and then Brady Prahovic almost came up with the interception, but Bresnahan made sure that didn't happen.
Told you, he's a nice big target at 6'5". Watch him there at tight end out on the left. He just sits down right in the seam.
Well, 6'5" wasn't big enough.
No, wait,
in
maybe,
that case.
Maybe
that was Danny Noonan who almost made the interception.
6'6" maybe would have helped out there.
Maybe 6'7".
2nd and 15, 2:58 on the clock, first half. Remember, Franklin Regional got the ball to start the game. Greater Latrobe's going to get it to come out here in the second half.
So it's 2nd down and 15. Lemke, short drop, looking downfield. Now he pulls it down and comes up the middle and gets away at the 40 and will be taken out of bounds inside the 40 at about the 36-yard line.
Well, is that where they're going to spot this? Is there a penalty flag? Penalty flag. It's going to be holding against the Franklin Regional Panthers.
So forget that, what I just said, and it's going to come back.
Yeah, right there. Sandro being held in the middle. A little bit of a grasp. Allows Lemke to scramble to. He might have got held twice.
That's what I was going to say. One guy passed him off to the second.
Is that now? Let me ask you a question. That should be two 10-yard penalties, right? I guess it's only one, and we are 2nd and route 22 now.
Football at the 42-yard line. They need a first down at the 30. What is that? 33. So 8 and 17. That's 25. 2nd down and 25 for the Panthers.
Panthers not getting a lot of love from the officials tonight.
No, they're not. Even I have to admit that.
It's where the Wildcats have to watch that long pass, Bill.
And back to pass is Lemke. It's a middle screen, and
is that a fumble?
Falls incomplete. I don't think he had it. That was a nice play.
Well, Bill, it's not what you and I think. It's what the officiating crew thinks.
That's
and I don't
very
know
true.
that I'm in their head tonight. Boy, Sandro does a nice job of getting off the block right here and recognizes pretty quickly that it's a screen. Look at him cut to the inside. Yeah, and there's a bobble the whole way. That's an incomplete pass. But, boy, Sandro Castillo sniffing that one out.
And that was tight end. That was
sometimes as a defensive player, you get past your guy and you think like, holy cow, like it's on for the quarterback, and then you realize, oh, boy, it's a screen. 3rd and 25.
Lemke, back to pass. Dumps it off to a wide open player out on the right flat and trying to get him out of bounds before, he needed a lot more than that. But he gets to the 45-yard line. I'm looking at the 10-yard stick instead of the first down. So he was well short of the first down. That was Duple.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4th and 12, so a 13-yard gain there. Duple, Lemke just dumping it out to Duple on the side. And you're kind of in no man's land here. Like, you want to think about kicking. You can't, Joey Bain's got an excellent leg, but he ain't making it from here.
Yeah, you might as well go for it here. Macharko comes into the game, Logan Macharko.
They ruled him out of bounds, so the clock stopped at 2:37.
At the 45-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, and they're going to Chase Lemke is going to quick kick it, and does. And it will take a Latrobe bounce back toward the 15, and they'll down it at about 16, 17.
So a 28-yard punt there by Chase Lemke. Had the Wildcats fooled on the quick kick. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Greater Latrobe football. 2:28 to go here in the first half. Bulletin Sports is on all your social media platforms. Connect with Instagram, TikTok, X, and Facebook by following @Latrobe Bulletin. Nice shot of Zach Hyde on the sideline. Wildcat Athletic Director. Looks like Johnny Cash.
The man in black. So here we go. Tash is in the game in the Wildcat. Alex Tash takes it, comes forward, up the middle, across the 20, and he will be brought down.
The ball came out.
Regional says they have the football. Let's see what happened.
Looked like there was a bobble in there, Bill.
A Bardini's replay, and it did come out.
Jude Gentile fell on the ball, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Franklin Regional at the Latrobe 21-yard line. Second turnover of the night for the Wildcats. Uncharacteristic play here by Greater Latrobe.
That was a big one there. We thought there was a fumble earlier, and they ended up with a do-over. And
you got to think the Wildcats would have been content just to run the ball out into halftime, get in the locker room, kind of regroup a bit, and come out to see another day. But Franklin Regional now knocking on the door, 2:22, minimally in range for Joey Bain.
So it's a first down at the 21 of Greater Latrobe. Chase Lemke. And Ron Prady wants a timeout. 2:22 remaining in the first half. No score between Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional. And we'll be right back with more football after this.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
We're back here at Panther Stadium. A pass that was intended for Jameer Austin falls incomplete. Chase Lemke just a little bit low on that throw.
Franklin Regional going for the whole bundle there on first down. Stops the clock on the incomplete pass, brings up 2nd and 10.
From the 21-yard line of Greater Latrobe. Fumble recovery by the Panthers. Set them up in this position. And it will be Duple. And he is hit in the backfield and dropped. Nice defensive play there by Greater Latrobe.
Cash Ackhammer.
Cash Ackhammer. And he lowered the hammer, actually, on Duple.
Clock's going to go under 2 minutes now. It's going to be a 3rd and 10 for Franklin Regional. And the Wildcats trying to get a stop on 3rd down here. You're definitely within Joey Bain's territory. How about Joey Bain? Had a goal last night for the Franklin soccer team, but who beat him last night? Super Toe.
Super Toe.
Super Toe. Roman Augustoni got the winner.
So 3rd down and 10. They bring a man across the formation, low snap. Lemke hands it off to Duple, tries to bounce it outside, cuts back in, and he's going to be stopped. And 2 or 3 Greater Latrobe players, including Jack Drenovich and Andy Tash, are on the stop.
Alex Tash had the first hit. Tash going out of the game right now, though. He was a little slow getting up.
So, are we going to see the
one?
Joey Bain.
4th and 7 it is. 69 seconds left to go here in the first half. And I think we're going to get a timeout, Bill.
Timeout called by Franklin Regional this time. 1:05 remaining in the first half. No score. And we'll be right back with more Greater Latrobe football in a moment.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner. Legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
So the football is on the Greater Latrobe 18-yard line, and into the game comes Joey Bain to try as they put it down at the 25. It will be a 35-yard field goal attempt by Bain. It would be the first score of the game. And Franklin Regional looking to take a lead here if they can do it. And the snap, it's down, the kick is up, and Joey Bain's kick
is no good.
No good.
Wow.
So Joey Bain misses from 35 yards. Greater Latrobe dodges another bullet, and they'll have the football at the 18-yard line with a minute 1 remaining.
I'd have bet you $1 million Joey Bain would have nailed that field goal. Wow, it was high. I mean, it had the distance. He had that made from about 50 yards.
Out in Route 22 there, I think.
And the Wildcats dodge a big bullet. You want to keep it here at halftime. We'll have the Wildcat Marching Band performing their halftime show. Mike and Bill will have the halftime stats. And
no scoring to recap so far.
No scoring to recap, but you'll have the halftime stats. And I'm going to have an interview with, I believe I'm going to have an interview with former Wildcat Gritter Chad Reed.
So here we go. From the 18, Johnny Wetzel takes it, comes straight up the middle, powers over one man, gets across the 25 to about the 26. So he'll pick up almost 8 yards on the play.
Franklin Regional, I believe, has 2 timeouts left. The scoreboard showing 3.
We'll call it 7. Wetzel takes the snap, and he tried to make a fake, and actually his foot slipped. He goes down at the 26-yard line.
The Wildcats, the play clock's at 24, so they're going to have to snap a ball with the game clock at 25 seconds.
Or
are they going to call a timeout? Oh, no, look, they reset the play clock now, so they do not have to snap the ball.
So in the, let's see, this is my 9th year doing these games. This is the first scoreless tie I can remember at halftime.
I've been doing these games a little bit longer. This is the first scoreless tie I can remember since McKeesport back in 2006.
So that's where we are. No score. Both teams have had opportunities, but the defenses have stepped up at big times. So it is 0-0, Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional. And we will go to halftime. When we come back, we'll have the Greater Latrobe High School Marching Band with their halftime performance. Also Mike Dodorich with first half stats. And I get a reprieve tonight, no recap of scoring. So we'll be back with more Wildcat here at halftime after this.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner. Legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
Begins its journey with the Time Warp, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. night continues to dream it tomorrow. They'll perform Dream On by Aerosmith, featuring baritone soloist Tom Duragon, and Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac. proclaiming Don't Stop Me Now, featuring a hit song by Queen.
at Bardini's.
#1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium here on the campus of Franklin Regional. Murraysville, Pennsylvania. Mike Poremka, Bill Brown, Mike Dudurich, Homie Everett, the broadcast crew here on the Wildcats Network. Brought to you by LHTC Media. It's a scoreless tie, the Wildcats and the Panthers here midway through halftime. You just saw the Wildcat Marching Band. We're going to look at the Franklin Regional Panther Marching Band, but I'm joined by Chad Reed. Chad's a 1998 graduate of Greater Latrobe. You might remember Chad. He was in a Wildcat football uniform there for a while, and then he traded that Wildcat uniform. You went from like one cat to another, maybe a more ferocious cat. Chad went on to play football at the University of Pittsburgh. Chad, thank you for joining me here tonight.
Great to be here, Mike. Thanks for having me.
We were just having a conversation here off the air while we were watching the marching band, but how things have changed in terms of exposure for our athletes since you were in high school.
Yeah, I'm standing up here and I'm watching this and I'm just amazed by the technology. I mean, I don't want to sound like the old man in the room, but I guess we all kind of are, or people my age anyhow and older. And this is great. The exposure these kids are getting and the opportunity to see them. I was telling him last Friday night, I watched the second half of the Latrobe Norwin game from home, and it was great. I felt like I was, I felt like I was in the future in a sense. I've watched the high school games before, but it was a great coverage and it was great footage. And it was very exciting.
And people like yourself, maybe had something to do in the first half. You get to watch a game that, if your home, which is here in Murraysville, you wouldn't have been able to tune in WCNS back in the day. But you can get the Wildcats Network anytime, anywhere, any place. So glad to bring that to you here. Chad, you're here to talk about the Chuck Finley Scholarship Dinner, which is going to happen next week at GNLE's 2. A scholarship that was founded in memory of Chuck Finley, the longtime head football coach here at Greater Latrobe and the only coach to win a WPIAL championship. You've reconnected with the alumni program through the Finley Scholarship Fund, and I guess my question to you would be why? Why do that?
Well, great question. And first and foremost, there were 6 to 7 guys from the '60s who reunited to be the founders of the Finley organization, and they kind of reached out to the younger group, which I guess I'd be part of the younger group, and I kind of gravitated towards them because of what they were looking to do. They were looking to make a difference in the kids' lives of today's, this team we're watching here tonight. And that's something that's near and dear to me, and I gravitated towards that. And so we started out with, like Mike said, 7 or 8 years ago, we started with an initial goal of $50,000 to raise a fund to offer a scholarship to a current senior. One of the seniors on this team right now here playing tonight will be awarded that. But the fund itself is now over $150,000, so we've tripled that goal, and we see a lot of opportunity moving forward. But to answer the question more directly, I have always been a networking guy. I've always believed that you're better off leaving more behind than you take with you, and I think that when I first heard about this group forming, I thought it was a great opportunity to help future generations of Wildcats, and that's what we're doing, and we're changing things up a little bit with a networking opportunity. We're going to offer any current senior class. We're going to try and reach out to them, figure out what they want to do, what they don't want to do, and help them moving forward.
So in the past, the Finley Scholarship Dinner has honored teams of the past, the 68 team, the 66 team, the 1984 team last year. But changing the format a little bit this year and honoring seniors at the Finley Scholarship Dinner, has that been a success? Are you seeing positives out of that, Chad?
Yeah, we are seeing positives out of that. Obviously, it's more current, and we're dealing with a more current base of potential attendees to the dinner. Like Mike said in the past, we were honoring prior teams that had been successful. We kind of started to run out of teams that were, for lack of a better phrase, worthy of acknowledging, and therefore we thought, well, let's just honor the current seniors and let's work with them moving forward, which is ultimately the goal of all of this. The goal of this is to help younger kids coming up, like our senior class that's going on right now. And so it coincided well with saying, hey, let's start honoring the senior class. Let's put a networking situation together where we can, if a kid wants to go into engineering and he has nobody in his circle of influence who knows anything about engineering, we probably have 20 of them within the network of the Wildcat alumni who can help. And if not even within the Wildcat alumni, somebody that somebody knows, arm's reach. And I just got the questionnaires back from the seniors yesterday, actually. I went to practice, and Coach Brady gave me the questionnaires that we put together. And it's exciting because there's a lot of kids that have a lot of interests, and I'm just assuming that they don't have that circle of influence in their life. And I think we can build a lot of bridges there, fill a lot of gaps, and help them move forward. And to me, it's a really exciting thing.
We have a couple of speakers in store next Saturday at Gianelli's, of which you are one. What's your message to the senior class that'll be honored that night?
Yeah, I think that the message I'm going to give, I'm not naive to this. I was asked to speak probably by and large because I was a successful football player at Latrobe and played at Pitt. And that resonates with a lot of people, and it's interesting to a lot of people. But I think the bigger message there will be that football offers so much more to people than just how good you are. X's and O's, whether you're a 2-star guy, 5-star guy, whether you have any offers, whether you have 10, whether you're first string, whether you're fourth string. Football is such a uniting game. There's so much power in the structure, discipline, and everything that comes along with it that's what we need to promote moving forward. Doesn't mean we don't want to win. Doesn't mean that being the best player you can be doesn't matter, but that is underrated in my opinion. And that ties into the networking, the whole synergy of, hey, look, you're a former Wildcat. I don't care if you're a fourth-string offensive tackle. You want to go into accounting, or I'm going to find an accountant to team up with you and help you move forward in life. And that will help grow our group. That will help the current seniors of today. That will, we'll be reaching our arm out to pull them forward. And at the same time, it will grow our group from a scholarship standpoint and from an alumni standpoint.
And it really fits in nicely with our Career Pathways program that we have at the high school, which is basically trying to get kids experience in their area of interest, no matter what it is, right? Yeah. And trying to connect them with people in the real world who can help to provide them with internships, externships. And I always say this, Chad, sometimes it's about most of the time it's about getting a kid to figure out what they want to do. But it's also helpful if we can figure out what a kid doesn't want to do so that they don't spend time, effort, and energy and money learning to do something that, 10 years down the road they say, why did I do this? Yeah. So I think it all fits in nicely, and I'm glad that you're a part of it. I'm glad you're a part of the group. I know the guys that initially started this scholarship fund are happy that you're there, and I'm happy to have you in our kids' lives and providing them with mentorship.
Yeah, to the point you just made, I think Steve Jobs has a famous quote that says, when you wake up every day, the most important thing is not to figure out what to do, but what not to do.
Yeah.
To your point. Yeah, and very true. And I see that in my day-to-day life, too, and I'm very cognizant of that, and I try to be very aware of that. But
when the Wildcats come out here from halftime, they better learn what not to do, which is turn the damn ball over, right?
Yes. So they're playing a pesky team here.
They are playing a pesky team.
Yeah.
Now, I can't let you out of here without talking about this because you were an excellent football player and obviously excellent enough that you were able to play at a Division I school. You were able to play at Pitt, right?
Mm-hmm.
We saw Alex Tash and Johnny Wetzel go through this recruiting process last year where they have 20 offers, 25 offers, and college coaches rolling in. What was your recruiting journey like?
Yeah, it was interesting because I was always kind of an undersized guy. They saw me as the gritty, smaller guy, and they were right. When I got to the locker room, I realized why they meant that. But fortunately, there were enough people that saw the grit in me, saw what they believed was intelligence that would translate to the field, and just a good human being aspect, which sounds crazy because they don't recruit that. They recruit height and they recruit all the measurables. And fortunately, they made a good decision on me, and I came through on what they wanted. But it's tough. It's a tough thing because I was always getting compared to guys that were 6'5", 6'6". And I was like, this guy just can't get out of his stance. He can't do this. He can't do this. But the measurables are so big. They always will be, and I understand it. But there are still a handful of coaches who love the non-measurables, grit and all those things. And I was fortunate to play against a lot of Division I players while I played at Latrobe, and that put me on to a lot of screens. And screens meaning when they were watching so-and-so play, they saw me, and then they'd say, oh, well, this guy's jumping off the screen to me for one reason or another. He may be an inch shorter, he may be this, he may be that, but in the end, it worked out for me well. Yeah.
How many plays do you have left in you?
Well, So
So I'm going to tell you, the guns are still pretty big over here. Do you think you can still get out of that stance?
I could, but the idea of the pain that I would feel tomorrow morning is so deep that
But you would do that one more time for your alma mater, wouldn't you?
For my alma mater, if I had to.
Can I ship you over to the locker room and we'll see this guy come out who's just
another year of eligibility.
Just a few more plays, Chad. What do you think?
I could put a few in, but I'll tell you what, 20 to 30 would probably put me on the ground. Yeah.
All right, get a quick plug in for what you're doing now that might be relevant to our audience at home.
Yeah. So I've been in the sports memorabilia framing business for 12 years, and I opened a new division of it. It's called Home Team Collections, and we frame youth and high school sports jerseys, clothes, picture frames, whatever you need, and we've taken a very professional approach to what we do on the game day collection side, which is the professional side, and now we're bringing it to the high school and youth sports side. So we're excited about it. Feedback's been great. We've been getting we've actually gotten a bunch of orders already from high schools that are framing their seniors' jerseys from football teams, and it's an exciting trajectory we're on. But
website?
HomeTeamCollections.com.
All right, I have a Home Teams collection collectible in my son's bedroom, and he loves it. I think I love it more than he does. Chad, thank you so much for stopping by the press box tonight. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll see you next Saturday, if not before.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
1998 graduate of Greater Latrobe, Chad Breed, former standout Wildcat gritter, and went on to play at the University of Pittsburgh. We're going to take a very quick commercial break, and we'll be right back for Mike and Bill and your halftime stats.
Hello, I'm Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, President of the Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation. The foundation ensures the highest level of education innovation supporting GLSD students, faculty, and staff. The foundation strives to provide educational opportunities for all students in grades K through 12. We believe students should have what they need to reach their full potential. Give, build, grow. Every student, every day.
We're back here at halftime of a scoreless game between Greater Latrobe and the Franklin Regional Panthers. Let's bring Mike Durich in here. We don't have to recap any scoring, Mike, so let's get right to the stats here.
And there isn't a lot of stats to recap either. Quickly, Latrobe had 6 first downs, which is down considerably from what they've been doing. 2 out of 4 for 20 yards passing, 15 rushes, 52 yards. That's 72 yards. They had that in the first 2 drives last week.
That's exactly right.
Franklin Regional, 5 first downs, 2 out of 9 for 37 yards passing, rushed 17 times for 53 yards and had 90 yards total offense. Alex Tash carried the ball 7 times for 39 yards, and Kyle DePeel had 13 carries. Well, that can't be right, can it? 13 carries for 52 yards.
52 yards. So he's getting 4.
He's the leader.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it's been so far. And turnovers.
The turnovers were key for
Latrobe
both.
they thought they had one more than they did.
Yes,
but they did turn the ball over late in the first half at the 21-yard line. And it looked like Franklin Regional might capitalize on that, but they ran 3 plays, couldn't pick up anything.
Nope.
And then their usually reliable field goal kicker, Bainey, missed a 35-yarder, and that's where we are. No score.
Fresh start.
Latrobe gets the ball to start the second half.
Well, we shall see.
Okay, Mike, thank you.
All right.
And we are ready to begin the second half of play. And as we said, Latrobe will be receiving the second half kickoff.
The Wildcats probably thankful to be getting the ball down 0-0. The muffed punt, that was an inadvertent whistle. The fumble at the 25, and Joey Bain missing a kick that he probably ordinarily doesn't miss. I don't know. I just have a funny feeling we're going to see some scoring here in the second half, Bill.
I would fully expect to. And Chris Cochran will be back deep for Greater Latrobe. and that's Andy Tash and Vince Gasky flanking him. And Bain will be kicking off. Joey Bain. And we're ready to begin. Play here in the second half of a scoreless game between Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional. And the kick is high. And Cochran will watch it go into the end zone, and Latrobe will take it at the 20.
Joey Bain says, Roman Augustoni, I'll see your touchback and I'll give you another. How about that? Opponents on the soccer field last night, now kicking against each other again on the same field tonight. That game was here at Panther Stadium. It's 1st and 10 Greater Latrobe football at their own 20.
And they both had goals in that game, you said.
They did, yes. Roman had the most important.
Well, he may still have something to say about the outcome of this game. We're seeing Brady Prohovic to the right of Johnny Wetzel. Now they bring McMahon and have a double wing right, and Wetzel will keep the football. Tried to spin out of it, but then ran into another Franklin Regional player, and he will pick up 1 yard. That's it.
Yeah, the Wildcats bringing the H and the Z man across the formation, pulling. Johnny ran back away from that, able to gain a yard, 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats. Wildcats yet to be in the Keystone Foam Zone tonight,
Yeah, that's right.
We need to get in the zone.
So Wetzel in the pistol, hands it off. Prohovic coming up the middle. He gets nice yardage across near the 25-yard line. He'll be stopped short of that.
We saw Alex Tash walk off the field on the last defensive play, and it looked like he was kind of favoring his arm a little bit. We haven't seen him in the backfield yet. I don't know if I have to look for him here on the sideline.
Richard Hillwig said he thought he saw him bent over a little bit after that fumble play. And so he is not in there right now. It's Prohovic, and it'll be an empty set for Johnny Wetzel. 4 receivers to the left, and he goes to the right, and going deep downfield, and the intended receiver there was Andy Tash, but the pass was just a little overthrown, and so it'll bring up 4th down and 7.
Andy ran up on the defensive back there trying to draw a defensive pass interference penalty, but did not work, and Mitchell Horner is going to be in for his 2nd punt of the night. 10:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter, 0-0 the tie.
Andy Tash. So Mitch Horner will be punting the football away.
Alex Tash is the up man, Bill. So
well,
he is in the game, yes.
Low snap handled by Horner nicely. And he gets the punt away. And it will take a Greater Latrobe roll inside the 40 of Franklin Regional and down at about the 39-yard line. Good job by Horner.
48 yards on the punt by Mitchell Horner. That's going to be his longest punt on the season, but it's going to give Franklin Regional good field position. Horner's previous long was 40 yards, that one 48, but it's going to be 1st and 10 Franklin Regional football at their own 39-yard line. The Wildcats only able to manage a yard on their first drive after halftime. There you see Alex Tash playing defense, Johnny Wetzel, Tash Akehammer, Jack Drenovich, Andy Tash. It's 1st and 10, Franklin Regional.
Chase Lemke is their senior quarterback. And he will have Kyle Duple as his running back. Duple's played the entire game so far on offense.
He had over 100 yards last week.
High snap, takes it. Duple started right and somehow got out of that, and he is at the midfield stripe and gets into Latrobe territory. It looked like they had him for a loss. He broke out of that a couple times and gets to the 41-yard line.
20 yards on the carry. You'll see Kyle Duple here with some second effort. The Wildcats do have him hemmed in right there. 1, 2, 3. 3 tackles, and he squirts out. Johnny Wetzel's coming up to finish him off, but couldn't do it. Alex Tash chasing him down from behind and able to make a touchdown saving tackle. Franklin Regional in Greater Latrobe territory at the 41.
That tells you something about Alex Tash's speed. Caught him from behind. With the football, Lemke fires downfield. The pass is incomplete, and it was intended there for Logan excuse me.
Again, a run pass option there. He's holding that ball in Duple's belly long enough to see what the Wildcats are doing, and then Lemke just sprints out to the right and looks for his tight end, who sits down in an open spot. It's going to be 2nd and 10, 9:51 to go in the third quarter.
Seems like his passes on the run are low.
They're lower or really high. They're just certainly not where they need to be, and receivers have been open.
So 2nd and 10 from the Latrobe 41. 9:51 remaining third period. No score in this game. With the football, Duple tries the right side. Almost got through, but he is brought down at the Latrobe 38-yard line. And that is Jack Drenovich making the stop.
Going to be a gain of 3 there for Duple. That's Duple's 15th carry of the night. He has 75 yards, Bill.
He's had to work hard for it.
So it's going to be a 3rd and long. Again, in that kind of that 4-down territory range.
From the 38 of Latrobe. Lemke keeps the football. He'll be hitting the backfield, and finally enough Wildcats come in, converge, and they'll drop him for a loss.
Yeah, Alex Tash, you'll see it here on the Bardini's instant replay. Alex Tash had him hemmed in from the beginning. Look at Tash at the top of your screen. He just follows those pulling blockers down. That was supposed to be a counter back. Lemke pulled it, and he's bottled up right there by Cash Ackhammer and Alex Tash, and that takes you from maybe going for it on a 4th down to now a Joey Bain punt, as he's going to be in standing around his own 43-yard line. Bain, a good punter. Tash and Tash back to receive.
So Andy Tash is standing at about his 10. And Bain tries to punt away from him. It will go out of bounds on the far side of the field. They'll mark it at the 15-yard line. So not great field position for Greater Latrobe. Their second possession of the second half. 8:29 remaining. No score here between Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional.
Both teams playing the field position game, and Franklin Regional winning at this point as the Wildcats start at their own 15.
Talked about how close all of these games have been over the years, and there's none closer than this.
The Wildcats looking for a big play, Bill.
They do need a big play.
And that's what we saw last week. Every time they would get pinned back or they were back in their own end, you'd get a big play from somebody. Alex Tash back into the backfield for the Wildcats.
Their big play tailback is in there right now. And he will get the call. Cuts back across the middle, 25-30, 35-40. Look at him go. 40. You called for a big play. How about this one? He's finally.
He dropped the ball, Bill. He dropped the ball.
Oh, no. Franklin Regional as Jameer Austin comes away with the football. Alex Tash ran from the 15 to the 20. 35, 50, 60 yards.
65 yards.
And he is caught from behind by Jameer Austin.
3rd turnover of the night for the Wildcats. The 2nd fumble by Alex Tash.
And he's stripped of the football from behind.
That's not giving up on a play right there. I'll tell you, what an excellent play by Jameer Austin, not only to run Alex Tash down, but to go for the football at the end, too. 8:14 to go in the third quarter, and the Wildcats with their 3rd turnover of the night. It's 1st and 10, Franklin Regional football from their own 20-yard line.
Wow, we thought we had our big play. 65-yard run by Alex Tash, but Jameer Austin strips him of the football, and they have the ball at the 20. And Lemke fires, and the pass is completed there. And that is Logan Macharko, who makes the catch.
That's that run pass option again. That time Lemke was on target to Macharko. It's going to be a 2nd and 1 now.
At the 29-yard line. There's the
Aaron Smetanka from St. Vincent College here checking out the game tonight, along with the Marshall. Coach. Yep.
Yeah. With the football is Duple. He finds a hole after he started left, cut it back right, and got some running room, and he has the first down across the 35 to about the 36-yard line.
All right, I called for the big play from the Wildcats, and they partially delivered. We need a turnover. We've not had a turnover now in the last 7 quarters for the Wildcats, and they could really use one now, Bill.
Latrobe has turned the ball over 3 times tonight. And it's a first down Football at the 37-yard line. Franklin Regional's 37. Chase Lemke takes the snap, hands it off Duple, cuts back into the middle and gets it near the 45-yard line. He'll bring him down about the 44. So he'll pick up 7 on first down.
We talked about the Wildcats winning that battle up front last week with their offensive line. Right now, the Franklin Regional Panther offensive line is they're starting to feel it themselves, Bill. Under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. It's a scoreless tie, but Franklin Regional seems to be seizing some of the momentum from the Wildcats.
Looking at Caleb Lehman and Sandro Castillo.
Cody Krall in there now.
From the 44, Lemke. And it's Duple. And he is moving the football now. He gets another Franklin Regional first down as he crosses into Greater Latrobe territory.
And a nice block on the outside there by Austin Kearns. The big tight end had Chris Cochran pinned inside and allowed Duple to cut it back outside. And another first down into Latrobe territory. The ball's at the Latrobe 47-yard line, Bill.
Franklin Regional with some big momentum after that turnover.
Duple now 17 carries, 91 yards on the night.
So from the Latrobe 47, Lemke, Duple tries the middle. This time he's bottled up, and he's not coming out of it. They're get maybe a yard to the 46.
Oh, they're gonna give him a yard, Bill. I'll be darned. They're gonna give him forward progress. They didn't blow that whistle this time, though. 2nd and 9. Clock now under 6 minutes in the third quarter.
Latrobe with a big 65-yard run by Alex Tash, but he was stripped of the football, and that's where Franklin Regional took over at their 20-yard line, and that's where they are right now at the Greater Latrobe 46. 2nd and 9. Oh, penalty flag. Lemke firing over the middle. He has his man at the 35, and he'll dive forward to the 30-yard line. And that is Austin Kearns who makes the catch.
I think this one might be coming back as we think we have an illegal procedure.
That's exactly what we have.
So what would have been a long gain for the Franklin Regional Panthers is going to turn into a 2nd and 14. There's been one negative for the Panthers tonight. It has been penalties, and costly penalties at that. Andy Tash getting his shoe tied by Tim Myers. You know why? His gloves on.
Ah, okay.
Can't tie your shoes with gloves on.
See, I learned something.
See, Tim doesn't have the gloves?
Yes.
So he's got
Andy does.
His appendages work. I'd like to see Andy's appendages work around a pass right now.
Yes, that would be good.
Intercept a ball. And we're going to get
a timeout. On the field, Franklin Regional calls it 4:49 remaining in the third period. Still scoreless here between Franklin Regional and Greater Latrobe. And we'll be right back in a moment.
Welcome to Ligonier Valley Learning Center Incorporated, where little hands do big things. For 38 years, Latrobe Kinder School has provided a continuum of quality services which promotes the emotional, behavioral, educational, and physical development of children. We've used a research-based curriculum that will help your child grow academically and socially. Guidance from our expert teachers, combined with our state-of-the-art play areas, will build your child's brains and bodies. Latrobe Kinder School provides high-quality pre-K education for 3- and 4-year-old children at no cost to qualifying families through the pre-K counts. Our enrollment is always open. Visit our website, LigionierValleyLearningCenter.com, to apply today.
Back here at Franklin Regional, 2nd down and 14 for the Panthers after the penalty. Chase Lemke has lots of time. Now he steps up, runs into some resistance there, and he will be tackled actually for a yard loss.
Andy Tash that time coming up in support, and that's something we didn't see the Wildcats do against Plum. They were rushing 3 against Plum, and the quarterback was just able to find that seam and get out and pick up some yards out of the pocket. But this is going to be a 3rd and 11 thanks to a heads-up play by Andy Tash. 3rd and 11, the ball in Latrobe territory again at the 48-yard line. And a big 3rd down for the Wildcats.
Kyle Duple has been the running back throughout the game here. He lines up to the right of Lemke. Lemke back to pass, gets pressure, tries to come up the middle, and he'll be dropped. Brady Prahovic is there, but the tackle was made by Jack Drenovich.
And that's a big sack for the Wildcats here on the Bardini's instant replay. That was a 3rd and 11 play. And look at Jack coming off the outside. It's Chris Cochran diving in and kind of forces Lemke up. And Jack and Brady just kind of clean him up underneath. But a great job by the Wildcats. Joey Bain at his 35, ready to punt to Andy Tash and Johnny Wetzel.
So Franklin Regional got the turnover, but not able to capitalize on it. Joey Bain will punt it away, and he punts it toward the sideline. It will bounce just outside the 20 and be down at the 20-yard line.
So it's a 31-yard punt there by Joey Bain. The snap a little bit high. The last couple of snaps to Bain have been a little bit high, something to keep your eye on, Bill. And the Wildcats going to get the ball back after the Alex Tash fumble. He ran 65 yards down the middle of the field, and it was a great play there by
Jameer Austin.
Jameer Austin to strip the ball from Tash from behind and give.
I didn't think he could catch him from behind to begin with.
So the Wildcats take over at the 20. 3:21 to go, third quarter, scoreless time. Mike Paremka, Bill Brown, Mike Dudurich, Homie Everett. And we're going to see, I don't know what we're going to see. Play clock hasn't even started yet, so we have plenty of time.
So Johnny Wetzel will be in an empty set. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Wetzel takes it, fakes a pass outside, getting a lot of pressure, and he will try to throw it away as he's being tackled back at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, there was a receiver in the area. No. There was a receiver right there. Unless this is a different penalty.
There is a Franklin Regional player down.
Without his helmet. I don't know what this penalty is going to be, if it's going to be for intentional grounding or something other. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back here to Murraysville, Franklin Regional, and the Wildcats and the Panthers.
Hello, I'm Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, President of the Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation. The foundation ensures the highest level of education innovation supporting GLSD students, faculty, and staff. The foundation strives to provide educational opportunities for all students in grades K through 12. We believe students should have what they need to reach their full potential. Give, build, grow. Every student, every day.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
#1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. A Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state, that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin. From Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I think we can agree it's been a crazy year for everyone. And we here at Latrobe Auto Group want you to know that we're in this together and we're here for you. Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Hyrak and I'm the finance manager here at the dealership. During the past year, we've all seen some pretty crazy things. Maybe your credit's been affected by some of those things. You should know that no matter what your credit situation is, great credit, good credit, bad credit, or no credit, Latrobe Auto Group wants to be your dealer and we specialize in credit challenges. Our credit team is just waiting to put you in a new car or truck that will start building your credit today and get you moving in the right direction. No matter what you've heard, our lot is stocked with new, pre-owned, and certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Vehicles that not only fall in line with the bank's parameters, but your budget. So whatever's been holding you back, put it aside, come on in, and together we can make it happen.
There you see the injured Franklin Regional player, that's Jack Silvis, who is being helped to the sideline. So the result of that play was an incomplete pass. It's 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats from the 20-yard line.
I think that's Wetzel and Prohovic in the backfield.
Yep, Brady Prohovic to the left of Johnny Wetzel. Wing left, and we have movement here, and
it's going to be an offside call against Franklin Regional, so that's a free 5 for the Wildcats.
Johnny may have drawn them off there.
Wildcats right over the ball, Bill.
2nd and 5 from the 25. Wetzel will keep it, cuts back to the right. He'll have the first down across the 30 out to about the 32-yard line, so he picks up 7 and moves the sticks for the Wildcats.
That's Johnny's longest run of the night. 7 carries tonight, 12 yards for Johnny Wetzel, and he got 7 of them right there, Bill. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. I think that's a first down they needed to kind of right this ship a little bit. McMahon out, Vinny Gasky in.
From the 33, their own 33-yard line. Gasky is out to the right. Andy Tash is to the left. Jack Drunovich is a wing to the left. He goes in motion. And it's Wetzel. He will go off the right side. Tries to turn the corner, now cuts it back, and he will be caught and brought down. And that was a nice play by Andrew DeVola. DeVola, one of the senior captains for the Panthers. And Wetzel just couldn't get away from him.
Well, he couldn't get away from him, and not only did he not get away from him, but he lost a lot of yards there. Do we have, what do we have here?
We have a penalty?
Holding against Latrobe. I don't imagine they would take that. They'll take the down instead because it was a loss of about 10 anyway. So it's going to be second and about 17.
Yeah, they lost about 7 on that play. Back to the 26 from the 33. So, yeah, 2nd and 17. 3 receivers to the right, Drunovich, McMahon, and Andy Tash. Pistol formation. Low snap. Wetzel takes it, drops. They have a screen set up to Prohovic, and he couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, the ball right at Brady, and he dropped the football. Wildcats looking screen there. They were hoping to catch the Panthers in a blitz. 2:04 to go in the 3rd quarter. Still a scoreless tie here in Murraysville. Something, I don't know the last time I've gone to the 3rd quarter, or the 4th quarter in a scoreless tie.
Scoreless tie? I can't remember one. These two teams are evenly matched, that's for sure.
There was a game back in the Ray Ritz era where we lost to McKeesport 7-0. That might be the last time I remember that.
So a big 2nd down and 3rd down and 17. Wetzel, short drop, getting pressure, fires deep downfield, and the pass is overthrown. The intended receiver there was Tyler Bauer.
Johnny had a lot of time to sit back in that pocket, could not find an open receiver, and Mitchell Horner is going to be on for his third punt of the night. His last punt was 48 yards his season long. He averages 35. He's probably over that 35 average now. 4th and 17 for Greater Latrobe.
He didn't have 3 punts in the first 3 games.
He had 3. That's it.
That was it. So Horner will punt it away, standing back at that's Macharko at the 40-yard line. And a whistle comes in, and we have a timeout again by Franklin Regional. What's that, their second?
That's their second timeout. They're going to have 1 left for the game.
So timeout on the field, 1:57 remaining third period. No score between the Wildcats and the Panthers, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen, and we welcome you to Latrobe Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust and will do our best to prove we are where dignity prevails.
Back here at Panther Stadium, Mitch Horner to kick the football away. That's Logan Macharko standing back at the Franklin Regional 40-yard line. Alex Tash is the up man here. So it's good to see him back on the field. So we're ready to go. 1:57 remaining third period. No score. Horner gets a kick away. Charco came over. It looked like he made a half fair catch signal, and a penalty flag will come in.
It's going to be a 40-yard punt by Horner. I don't know what the penalty is going to be here. There was a Wildcat who touched him after he made the fair catch.
Yeah, but that was a really weak fair catch signal.
Maybe it's an illegal fair catch signal, which would be, I believe, an unsportsmanlike conduct.
He barely got his arm up.
And they, the referees tell you before every game, you've got to get that hand above your head if you're going to call for a fair catch. Perhaps it didn't happen, as you believe, Bill. But again, it's not up to us. Dead ball. Yeah, it's a illegal fair catch signal indeed. 5-yard penalty. So the ball's going to be at the Franklin Regional 34-yard line.
The Latrobe player actually backed off instead of hitting him. It was
and if he drills him, he gets the penalty.
He gets the penalty.
Because you do have to give a halo. So
Chase Lemke and Kyle Duple. Duple has been a force tonight in this game for Franklin Regional. And he gets the call. Comes up the middle, and he has his feet taken out from under him at about the 39-yard line, 38-yard line.
That's going to be Andy Tash on that tackle for the Wildcats. I don't know that Duple was down. I got to be honest with you. Looked like he got submarine, but I don't know that he ever went down to the ground. Still, it's a gain of 4, gain of 3, 2nd and 7, 2nd and a long 6, whatever you wish. There's Alex Tash.
Lemke hands it off. Duple again. He'll get inside the 40, and that's barely it. 2 yards maybe. And it'll set up a 3rd down and about 3.
Yep, 3rd and 3. Ball's just outside the 40-yard line of Franklin Regional. Play clock's at 30. Game clock's at 53. They have to run a play.
They've taken all their signals from the sidelines. They don't huddle up.
Game clock now at 40 seconds.
Lemke. He has 2 in the backfield this time. Kind of a broken eye. And it is
There's
Kyle
a hole.
Duple. And Duple will get across midfield into Latrobe territory at the 49-yard line.
Wow. I'm going to tell you what, if we see that on the Bardini's instant replay, you're going to see a hold by Hunter Reinhardt that was pretty egregious. The ball over the 50-yard line, 23 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Panthers do not have to run a play if they don't want to. It was
Chris down there.
Chris Cochran. I mean, the hands were outside the shoulder pads, and there was a little grippage. We can't have grippage.
Yes.
That's
Grippage is a bad thing.
It's right in the rule book. No grippage.
All right, that will be the end of the third period. We've played 3 and still no score between these two powerhouses, Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional. 0-0 as we head to the fourth, and we'll be right back on the Wildcat Network.
I just wanted to take a minute to thank you for all that you do officiating high school football.
What you do matters, and what you do is important for our student athletes.
Without you and what you do, it's just practice.
I know you've worked hard in your preparation this offseason, and now it's game time.
Go out there and call them like you see them.
Embrace the grind.
And the biggest thing of all is to have fun.
Please, stay safe, have a great season, and we'll all be watching.
We are back here at Franklin Regional to begin the fourth period of play. Franklin Regional going right to left now as we see it. They have a first down just into Greater Latrobe territory. And keeping the football is Lemke. He comes straight up the middle and dives across the 45 to about the 44. So he'll pick up 4 yards. Well, actually almost 5 if they give him the 44.
I agree with you on that. 2nd and 5 for the Franklin Regional Panthers. The Wildcats need a stand or a turnover, Bill, to get that ball back.
Latrobe has turned the ball over 3 times. Franklin Regional has not turned the ball over. They've had some costly penalties, but
Wildcats looking to go 4-0 for the first time since 2001, Bill.
So here we go. Lemke. Duple to his right, low snap. He is able to hand it off to Duple, but they're going to say the ball was down as he tried to pick it up. So that's a break for the Wildcats.
It's a huge break. Boy, the snaps have been a little wonky here lately. Here we have the Bardini's instant replay. Watch Lemke when he gets this off the ground.
Has to go down. And
to the knee,
his
right
knee.
there. Yep.
Right that.
So it's a 3rd and 9.
That's an alert call by the official there to spot that.
Yeah, he wasn't sleeping back there. I'm sure the entire Wildcat sideline was yelling, he's down.
No, that's probably true. 3rd and 9. Lemke, Duple, straight up the middle, fighting his way forward. And he is, well, he's going to be short of the first down, but he gets down to about the 42-yard line.
He does, and it takes what would have been a punt situation, and now Lance Getsy's, he's got to think about it, absolutely here. I mean, unless he went, the Wildcats really, other than Alex Tash's run, have not been moving the ball tonight. You know, do you play the field position game again? And
I would.
But Lance Getsy, Riverboat Lance.
I would do it. 4th and 3.
Maybe try to draw the Wildcats offside.
Bring a man in motion. High snap. Lemke keeps
he thought about kicking
turns
it, Bill.
the corner. Yeah, he did think about kicking it, but instead he keeps it, and he picks up the first down as he gets inside the 40.
Yeah, he ran to his right, kind of pulled the ball up a little bit like he was ready to rugby punt. Kind of caught the Wildcats off guard a little bit there, and it's going to be another first down for the Franklin Regional Panthers. Clock under 10 minutes now at Panther Stadium.
You can have a decoy pass. You can have a decoy punt, I guess, or fake the punt and keep running, and he got the first down. At the 38-yard line of Greater Latrobe. From the pistol, Duple has running room on the right side, coming over and taking him out of bounds. That's Johnny Wetzel. But he'll pick up yardage inside the 35.
Counterback action is what you've got. You've got 2 guys pulling to the left, and Kyle Duple takes it back to the right-hand side. It's a gain of at least 5.
Yep.
It's going to be 2nd and 5.
From the 33-yard line.
And you're getting into Joey Bain territory here, Bill. Bain with 1 goal last night. Roman Augustoni with 2.
Bain missed a 35-yarder late in the first half.
We ain't going to miss another one, I'm going to tell you that.
So 2nd and 5 from the 33 of Latrobe. And it's Duple up the middle. He'll be stopped shy of the 30. They'll give him the 31, 2 yards.
Another 3rd and short for Greater Latrobe, or for Franklin Regional. Cody Kroll out, Caleb Lehman in on the defensive line.
Duple's been a workhorse tonight.
He sure has. 24 carries, 120 yards. He's almost out of lines on Michael's sheet, on his stat sheet. Mike's going to have to go to the second column. It's been him and Lemke all night on the ground.
He has not been replaced. He's played the whole game. So he's to the right of Lemke on a 3rd and short. He gets the call up the middle, first down inside the 25. Alex Tash and Johnny Wetzel bring him down, but he picks up another Franklin Regional first down.
Lemke has Duple has great vision. He's not one of the biggest backs you're going to see at 5'7", 180 pounds. But boy, when he sees the hole, he takes advantage of it. It's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Clock now under 9 minutes, 8:46.
As they have all night, they look to the sideline for their next play. They send Macharko in motion. Lemke gets it, hands it off. Duple up the middle. And about 4 Greater Latrobe players grab onto him. And he will get not much.
Marco Scarton in on the tackle for the Wildcats.
Football at the 25, just inside the 25.
Cody Kroll in, Caleb Lehman out, 2nd and 9. Tick, tick, tick. Clock going to 8 minutes now.
This is a big stop for Greater Latrobe. This is a big defensive stand here if they can do it. From just inside the 25 of Latrobe.
Watch Tash.
Chase Lemke keeps the football. He has a hole up the middle. He's inside the 20, 15-yard line. He's finally brought down, and it's another Franklin Regional first down. He faked the handoff to Duple, kept it himself, and had running room. They'll mark him at the 14. That's an 11-yard gain. And the Panther fans and band are excited.
11 carries for Lemke, 11 yards.
This has been like one of the few times that either team has been inside the 20, the other team's 20. Lemke hands it off, and where's the football?
Lemke kept it.
That was a good fake there by Duple. He looked around like the ball had been fumbled. Lemke kept it.
Brady Prohovic in on the tackle for the Wildcats. Watch it. I mean, he puts that in his belly a long time, Bill.
Sure does.
A long time. There, he pulls it out.
And then watch Lemke or Duple. He looks around like, where's the ball?
Where's
the ball?
I think he actually thought the ball was behind him. It's going to be a gain of 1 in the 2nd and 9. And this is where the Wildcats have had trouble tonight. It's not necessarily been on 3rd down. It's been on 2nd down because 2nd down has turned into a 3rd and 3.
So here we go. This time Duple does get the football. Puts his head down and piles in near the 10-yard line before he's brought down. And this is really all this drive has been is Duple and Lemke.
You ought to think they might be setting up the play action pass as well, that little run pass option that they've had all night. It's a 3rd and 6 for Franklin Regional. You
Football
have
at the 10-yard line.
That's a long 6 for Franklin Regional. The Wildcats, gut check time for the defense.
3rd and 6 from the 10. Lemke and keeps it himself, and he gets down near the 5-yard line.
I don't think he's going to have a first down based upon where that ball is being placed. It's going to be 4th down
and
he needed
inches. Inside the 5.
Well, this looks a lot like a goal line stand from last year, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. 5:30 remaining in the game.
Franklin Regional can get a first down.
Boy, look at that, 1 yard.
They are less than a yard away.
And they're going to send Bain in.
Wow.
To try what amounts to an extra point, actually. It's going to be a little bit longer than that. They'll mark it at the 12, so it's a 22-yard field goal attempt by Joey Bain.
Bet he makes this one, Bill.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against it. Kick is up, And that kick is good. First score of the night comes with 4:59 remaining in the game. Joey Bain gives Franklin Regional a 3-0 lead. And we'll be right back with the Franklin Regional kickoff in a moment.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner. Legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Franklin Regional Panthers Stadium. 3-0 the score after Joey Bain's field goal on a 4th and short deep inside Greater Latrobe territory. Kind of surprised that the Panthers wouldn't go for it there on 4th and short. They've been controlling that line of scrimmage, Bill. Kind of a defensive stop the Wildcats needed, but maybe more to Franklin Regional's credit.
Well, I think they wanted the points. They're up to this point, you've played almost, 30, not 30, but 28 minutes or something, and you haven't scored any points. So the kick by Bain will go out of the end zone. And so Latrobe will have 80 yards to go in 4 minutes, 59 seconds.
Reminiscent of last week at Norwin, where the Wildcats got the ball right at the end of the first half. You remember they milked that clock all the way down to the end zone and scored a touchdown right before halftime. They could use a little mojo magic here in Murraysville. A lot. 16 plays.
I'm sorry, how many yards? So here comes Greater Latrobe.
Tash behind Wetzel.
Wetzel in the pistol. Takes it. He'll go left, cuts it back, dives forward out to about the 23, 24-yard line. He'll get 3 on the play.
Brings up 2nd and 7. Johnny's misfired on his last 5 passes in a row, Bill. That passing game really hasn't been much of a threat tonight, allowing the Franklin Regional defense to load up against the run. Brady Prohovic in now, Alex Tash out.
There you see 3 receivers to the right. Low snap. Wetzel rolls right, looks, fires. No. Throws it over the head of Brady Prohovic. Or excuse me, Jack Drenovich was the intended receiver. So it'll be 3rd down and 7.
Not sure. Johnny rolling out to his right. I'm not sure if he was looking to tuck that ball. Maybe 4:23 to go in the final quarter. Wildcats looking to go 4-0 for the first time since 2001, and they are not making it real easy on themselves.
Alex Tash is back in at the tailback in the pistol formation. This is a huge down here, 3rd and 7.
Deep in your own territory.
Wetzel takes it, drops back, looks, gets pressure. Now he steps out of it, goes to the sideline, turns the corner, and down the sideline. Is he still running? No, they're going to say he was out of bounds.
Oh, boy.
That was close.
Ooh. Ooh.
I thought he might have stepped out way back when, but he apparently did not and gets the first down.
Bardini's instant replay. Let's see. Austin Kearns right there. Johnny steps out of a tackle. Looks like he's inbounds there. I think right there, Bill, at the 30.
Somewhere around the
37-yard line.
And 37-yard line is 38-yard line is where they'll mark it. So a big play by Johnny Wetzel.
On 3rd and 7.
Keeps the Latrobe drive alive. Wetzel again, back to pass. Penalty flag down. Fired toward Andy Tash. And that's going to be against Latrobe. I think Tash's pass was incomplete.
It was an illegal shift. There were a whole lot of Wildcats moving before the ball was snapped, or as the ball was snapped. That's going to be a 5-yarder. Take them back inside the 35. No, actually, Coach Getzy going to decline that penalty and bring up the 2nd. And long.
Take the down instead of the penalty. This point the down may be more important.
No, I might have taken the yards there. Put him in 1st and 15.
From the 33. 2nd and 10. And again, 3 receivers to the right. And they're in a bunch. And now we have whistles.
It looks like an equipment issue for Jack Drenovich.
Jack Drenovich to the sideline.
Well, I don't know why they sent Jack to the sideline. Wildcats need another player.
I was going to say, they might be nice to have another player if they could.
Timmy Myers comes in to replace Jack, and the formation that isn't now.
Now it's 2 receivers kind of stacked. Now they split up and
play clock's at 15.
So
well, Wildcats are going to have to take a timeout.
They're going to have to. This is confusion.
You can't rush
plus.
this.
No, and it's down to 7 seconds. They have people moving. Wetzel takes it, hit in the backfield, still on his feet, gets across the 40. No, he doesn't. He gets, well, yes, he does. 41-yard line, they'll mark him. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 8.
3rd and 8. We just saw the Wildcats in 3rd and 7. And little Johnny Wetzel magic got the Wildcats out of trouble. What kind of magic does Tom McIntyre have to dial up right now? 3rd and 8 for Greater Latrobe.
Well, with 3:35 remaining in the game, we'll start to think this is 4-down territory, even though it's in their own territory.
Wildcats with 3 timeouts.
So they have that formation where they have the trip receivers right. Wetzel back to pass, and he fires out, and he has Andy Tash at midfield, and it's a 1st down for Greater Latrobe.
And
so the Wildcats convert on 3rd down again.
A big hook up there for the Wildcats on 3rd and long. Andy Tash, just watch him. He's split out to the right. He comes underneath, finds some space, and then breaks back outside into the flat. Do you see that, Bill?
Yes.
What nice recognition, and what a great play drawn up there by Tom McIntyre. 1st and 10.
At midfield, Wetzel goes left, turns the corner, and he'll be brought down at the 47 of Franklin Regional. 2:47 remaining in the game. Latrobe trying to keep this drive alive. They're down 3-0.
We haven't seen Alex Tash run the ball except for that long run in the 3rd quarter.
Well, he is in as the tailback in the pistol.
Clock at 2:27.
2nd down. They bring McMahon in motion. And here he is. Alex Tash, left side, cuts it back. He's at the 45 and gets ahead, diving to the 41 or 42-yard line. He's shy of the 1st down, but he makes it more manageable.
Penalty flag on the play. You want to watch the outside here and see if this is coming back on the Wildcats. You got some blockers to the outside.
And it is.
Is that a holding call?
I don't know. Or what? It didn't look like 10 yards, but maybe it was.
It's either that or an illegal. No, it was I think it was a holding call, Bill, on the outside.
Okay.
Yep, it was. 2:14 to go. 4th quarter. The Wildcats now 2nd and 15.
From their own 46-yard line. Latrobe down 3-0.
Screen.
Wetzel back to pass. Looks downfield. Fires over the middle, and he had Vince Gasky, but it was just a little too high. Gasky was running between 2 defenders, and the pass was kind of there, but Gasky just couldn't get high enough to get it. So now it's another big 3rd down.
And you're definitely in 4-down territory now, so you've got to think you don't have to get the whole 15 yards here. You just got to get yourself into a manageable position. I mean, if you get 15, you get 15, but
Alex Tash is lined up as a wide receiver right. Just be aware of that. Fires over, and the pass is almost intercepted. Was it batted?
It was batted. It's a good job of getting your hands up if you're a Franklin Regional defender. The Wildcats still 3 timeouts, but you're now in 4th and 14. Here you'll watch it to the outside. Let's see who gets their hands up.
44.
Yep. Right there. And boy, there Izzy McMahon was was pretty open. He would have got at least half of those yards back. 1:56 to go, and it's the play of the game right now. The fourth quarter brought to you by Unity Printing in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
That was Brent Hickey who batted the pass away, a senior. 4th down and 14 for Greater Latrobe. 1:56 remaining. Wetzel back, has time, and he's going to be sacked back at the 37-yard line. And that's Hunter Reinhardt who makes the tackle on Johnny Wetzel. And Franklin Regional will have the football at the Latrobe 37-yard line with 1:49 remaining. So Mike will be headed downstairs. He will be talking with Coach Ron Prady at the end of the game. And Franklin Regional, I would presume, will be just trying to run out the clock here. What a football game this has been. 3 points is all that's been scored. 22-yard field goal by Joey Bain. Game with 4:59 remaining in the game. 15-play, 56-yard drive. Franklin Regional ate a lot of time off the clock, got it down deep enough, and Joey Bain made it good. So unless things change drastically here, Lemke's going to run the football, tries to turn the corner, and he will be taken out of bounds. Inside, well, he'll pick up maybe a yard. 38 was the line of scrimmage. He'll give him the 36. It's been a series of tough losses for Greater Latrobe, not only here at Franklin Regional, but at home against Franklin Regional. And by all indications, we're headed for another one.
How much would you have bet that at this point in the game the score would have been 3-0?
Oh, never. I'd have never guessed that.
No.
Great defensive game here.
Oh, yeah.
Both teams. Franklin Regional up to the task. Lemke hands it off. Duple. He is running room 30, and he'll be tackled around the 26-yard line, but that should move the sticks. And now Ron Prady calls a timeout. So Franklin Regional will have a first down, 1:35 remaining in the game. They lead at 3-0, and we'll be back with the final action right after this. Welcome back to Panther Stadium here in Murraysville. Looking at the Greater Latrobe High School Marching Band on the far sideline. 3-0 Franklin Regional, 1:29 remaining in the game. Panthers have a first down at the Latrobe 28-yard line. They stopped Latrobe on downs just moments ago. Latrobe got a couple first downs, but they couldn't produce a third one. And so the Wildcats now playing defense, hoping they can stop Franklin Regional and maybe get one more chance at the ball. So here we go. Chase Lemke in the shotgun. And Duple comes up the middle. And even though he is hit near the line of scrimmage, his offensive line pushes forward and gets him inside the 25. That was a good job by the front of the Franklin Regional offense. He picked up 5 yards, and they hit him at the line of scrimmage. So another timeout here called by Ron Prady with 1:20 remaining in the game. And Mike, we need a turnover.
We do indeed, and it would be nice to stop Duple.
Yes, he's been, I'll tell you what, I don't know that I've ever seen anyone play the entire game like he has. How many carries does he have?
That would be his 29th.
29 carries.
For 136 yards.
Holy cow. That's like Jerome Bettis or something.
They've had 2 guys touch the ball.
Yeah, basically that's true.
That's it. Well, no, that number 11 caught a couple passes.
He caught a couple passes. That's it, though. Lemke and Duple.
Yeah, they combined for 43 plays.
Wow. That says a lot about the Franklin Regional offensive line. I mean,
Yes,
they have opened up some holes, and Duple he's a sturdy runner. I mean, he gets yardage even when it looks like he doesn't. He took a hit from Alex Tash and bounced off of it.
He doesn't look that big either.
No. So keeping the football is Lemke coming straight up the middle. Brady Prahovic is in on the tackle for Greater Latrobe, along with Caleb Lehman. But the clock, well, Latrobe will use their final timeout. That will do it. We'll take a quick break. This will be our last one here, and we'll be right back with the final minute of this game.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
So here we are back at Franklin Regional, 1:15 remaining. It is 3rd down and 3 from the Latrobe 21-yard line. And I would suspect that this is 4-down territory for them. They're not going to try to. And we have movement. I believe that's going to be Franklin Regional. They've had very few penalties. I mean, they had a couple that hurt them, but not in a big way. We are on the Bardini's replay, and their wing right. They waved it off. The wing moved. He had like 3 steps. Holy cow. All right, 3rd and 3. Duple up the middle, and the line pushes forward, and they're going to say he has, at least Franklin Regional is saying he has a 1st down.
Yep.
And that will do it. And there's no need for Lemke to do anything but take a knee with 1:06 and no timeouts. So the clock will run. Latrobe came in here high off their win over Norwin, in which their offense played spectacularly. And tonight they just never got it going against the Panthers. And so they'll run the clock down, the play clock. And Chase Lemke will take a knee. They still have to run one more play. So, once again, heartbreaking loss here for Greater Latrobe against Franklin Regional. How many times have we said that over the years?
We're on a little run here.
And Lemke once again, and that'll do it. So Latrobe comes in here tonight. Franklin Regional ready for them. They pitched the shutout. It's hard to believe that the offense that put 42 points and 500-plus yards of offense last week couldn't get a score, but they were held scoreless. And Franklin Regional wins it tonight. 3-0 is the final. And we'll be right back to wrap things up. We'll hear from Coach Ron Prady. And Mike will have final game statistics as we go to Wildcat postgame here on LHTC Media.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I think we can agree it's been a crazy year for everyone. And we here at Latrobe Auto Group want you to know that we're in this together and we're here for you. Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Hyrak and I'm the finance manager here at the dealership. During the past year, we've all seen some pretty crazy things. Maybe your credit's been affected by some of those things. You should know that no matter what your credit situation is, great credit, good credit, bad credit, or no credit, Latrobe Auto Group wants to be your dealer, and we specialize in credit challenges. Our credit team is just waiting to put you in a new car or truck that will start building your credit today and get you moving in the right direction. No matter what you've heard, our lot is stocked with new, pre-owned, and certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Vehicles that not only fall in line with the bank's parameters, but your budget. So whatever's been holding you back, put it aside, come on in, and together we can make it happen.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state, that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.
Hello, I'm Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, President of the Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation. The foundation ensures the highest level of education innovation supporting GLSD students, faculty, and staff. The foundation strives to provide educational opportunities for all students in grades K through 12. We believe students should have what they need to reach their full potential. Give, build, grow. Every student, every day.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. A Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Welcome back to Murraysville.
Welcome to Ligonier Valley Learning Center in Corpus.
Welcome back to Murraysville. And last year, the game ended with Greater Latrobe having 3 chances from the 2-yard line, and they were held scoreless. Tonight, Franklin Regional held Latrobe scoreless the entire game, and they get the field goal from Joey Bain with about 5 minutes remaining, and that's the difference. Panthers win it 3-0. They go to 3-1 on the season. Latrobe falls to 3-1 on the season. More importantly, though, that's a first conference loss for the Greater Latrobe Wildcats. You see Ron Prady talking with his team. Mike Poremka will be talking with Coach Prady here before long. But let's bring Mike Dudurich in here and talk some stats here from this game.
Well, the score wasn't what we expected.
Not at all.
And the stats, you know, I would have expected this was going to be like last week.
Shootout.
You know, lots of points,
offense.
lots of yards.
Yep.
Wasn't. Latrobe finished the game with 10 first downs. They were 3 out of 12 in the passing game for 47 yards. Carried the ball 30 times for 136. A whole bunch of that on Alex Tash's 65-yard
run, yeah.
That ended in a fumble. 183 yards total offense. For Franklin Regional, they had 12 first downs. They didn't pass the ball very well either, 3 for 11 for 48 yards. They did run it a little. 46 times for 159 yards.
Wow.
207 total offense. And they committed 6 penalties for 45 yards. Duple, whichever way you said, he had 30 carries for 139 yards.
So he had, of the 46 carries they had, he carried the ball 30 times.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And he was really good.
He was. And he, as I said during the game, he's not that big.
He's not that big.
I don't know what his stats are.
He played the whole game.
Yes, he did.
That's unbelievable. I've never seen anyone do that. They usually have like somebody they shift in and out. He played the whole game at tailback.
Yes, he did. And here might be, for Latrobe, Alex Tash carried the ball 7 times I have 39, that's not right, 8 times for 104 yards.
I have to think that he is not 100%. He just didn't appear that way to me, and they did not run him in the second half much at all. I think he had 2 carries or something in the second half.
I thought the entire offense was
just
not right. It wasn't there tonight. Here's the most telling stat, I think, in the game. Franklin Regional ran 62 plays. Latrobe ran 36.
Yep.
And it's been the other way around. They dominate the ball possession, and the other team tries to play catch up. It wasn't that way tonight. They couldn't get him off the field.
As you said, the biggest play of the game was Alex Tash's 65-yard run, but Jameer Austin caught him from behind, stripped him of the ball, and that was the play. So I guess here comes Ron Prady, and he is ready to go with Mike Paremka. So let's go down to the sideline.
Here on the field with Wildcat head football coach Ron Prady. Coach, turnovers. Turnovers doomed the Wildcats tonight, especially on the long run that Alex Tash had in the third quarter.
Yeah, it did, but I mean that game certainly didn't fall on Alex's shoulders. This one's on me, and we're going to soul search and we're going to self-evaluate. We're going to figure out what went wrong, and we're going to get better before next week.
I was not implying that it was on Alex. I just meant the turnovers in general. Also, Kyle Duple tonight. Just had a hard time. He kind of got beat at the rushing game tonight.
Yeah, he's slithery. They did a good job up front, and the kid ran hard and got a lot of tough yards after contact, and that was probably the difference.
What do you tell your team after a loss like this? I mean, obviously, I'm sure they had high hopes coming in here tonight and probably didn't think they'd get shut out, let alone 3-0.
Yeah, no, I mean, so we got 6 games left. The important one is Armstrong next week. We're going to, like I said, we're going to learn from it. There is something that needs fixed, and a lot of things. As coaches, as players, we're gonna get back to work tomorrow, and I promise you we're going to play better next week.
Thoughts at all about Armstrong next week or going back home?
Haven't looked at him, but we'll be excited to get home.
Okay. Thanks, Coach. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Back to you, Bill.
All right, Mike, thank you. Coach Ron Prady. You can tell that he's disappointed in what happened tonight. I don't know how he couldn't be, but his Wildcats gave it a game. I mean, it was scoreless for more than 3.5 periods. Latrobe hung in there, and Franklin Regional, I think there was only one possession where a team was inside the other team's 20. That was the field goal. I don't think anybody got to the 20 or inside after that or before that.
I can't remember another one. Oh,
boy. So Latrobe, and you heard Coach Prady say that they're going to do some soul searching, and he takes it on himself, of course, like he would as the coach. He's going to blame himself, but the turnovers played a big part in it. That you can't turn the ball over, and you get a big break like, and it certainly wasn't Alex Tash's fault. I mean, he was caught from behind. That was a great play by Jameer Austin to strip him and then recover the fumble, but there was such high hopes at that point because you thought he might score on that play.
Yep. And if he didn't, they were down there where they could start
in the Keystone foam zone. Yes, is where he would have been, but it didn't work out that way. So it was a great effort here by both teams tonight, but Franklin Regional gets the field goal with just under 5 minutes remaining, and that's the difference in the game. Franklin Regional goes to 1-0 in the conference. As we said, 3-1 on the season. Latrobe falls to 0-1 in the conference and 3-1 on the season. And next week they begin a 3-game homestand. They play Armstrong at Memorial Stadium next week. And, of course, we'll have that game for you. Disappointing one tonight, though, for the Greater Latrobe Wildcats. They fall to Franklin Regional 3-0. So for Mike Paremka, Mike Dudurich, Tom Everett, and for our whole team here that did a great job bringing you this football game, Tristan Borland among them, we want to thank you for joining us. Please be with us again next Friday night for Greater Latrobe High School football. Once again, the final score tonight, it was Franklin Regional 3, Greater Latrobe 0.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC